Don't go changing to try and please me. You'll never let me down before. Don't imagine that you're too familiar and I don't see you anymore. I would not leave you in times of trouble. We never could have come this far. I took the good times, I'll take the bad times. I'll take you just the way you are. Don't go trying some new fashion. Don't change the color of your hair. You always have my unspoken passion. Although I may not seem to care, I don't want clever conversation. I never want to work that hard. Ooh, I just want someone that I could talk to. I want you just the way you are. I need to know that you will always be that same old someone that I knew. But what will it take till you believe in me the way that I believe in you? I said I love you, and that's forever. And this I promise from my heart. I couldn't love you any better. I love you just the way you are. You are, yeah, yeah, yeah. I love you. I love you. I love you just the way you are.
Hell yeah, that was Scary Pockets doing their stories feature series. That was Just the Way You Are, the Billy Joel cover by Scary Pockets featuring Paulette McWilliams. Beautiful voice. This is Black Sky Legion, episode 113. I is here. I am your host, Kai Zen, and it's been a blur of a night, but man, I'm drinking right now a Bitburger Fest beer, and my next two up are from Boulevard Brewing Company. They're both limited releases. The first is Sugarwood Baklava, 15% alcohol by volume, and the next is Barrel Aged Imperial Porter Brewer's Choice. Good stuff. But right now, this Bitburger Fest beer is doing me well. We got a lot to talk about tonight. So let me go ahead and introduce the cast for the show tonight. Of course, we've got my main man, the tactician. Tweet74, say hello to the beautiful people while I crack another one open.
Hello, everybody. Friday night upon us once again. Some big things happening in the world of, well, the galaxy of Star Citizen, and it's exciting stuff. So I'm looking forward to talking about that, getting into that. Got some Elite Dangerous things to talk about in a little while, too, before we get too hot and heavy into Star Citizen, I think. So
Right
I
on.
took a little flack this week for being able to actually enjoy Elite Dangerous, and I have some feelings
Wait,
about that.
wait,
So,
wait, wait, wait. Who gave you flack?
some comments, social media these days, and people message and comments that I've seen and stuff. So that's okay. I can deal with it. I'm a big boy.
Whoa. Okay. All right. All right. And what are you drinking tonight? What kind of coffee you got?
Uh, Oddly enough, funny story. My wife orders flavored coffees from this company called Bones, and
Mm.
this is and I looked at it and I was like, really? I'm supposed to drink this? It's peanut butter and jelly flavored coffee,
Is it taste
which
good? Sounds like it
it
could taste good.
sounds weird as hell, but it's actually fucking delicious. It's
Hell yeah.
so goddamn good.
Hell yeah. I learned a long time ago. People like if it's good and someone wants to give you shit for enjoying it, you can tell them to suck it because good is good and life's too short. Have fun.
That's right. Enjoy what you enjoy and don't worry about anybody else.
In addition, and I gotta say, I just cracked open this Sugarwood Baklava, 15% alcohol by volume, from Boulevard Brewing Company in Kansas. These little Kansasians know how to make a beer, bro. This is good stuff. We also have with us tonight my tactician, my XO, Wolf. I know you're seeing blurry already. You had that big job interview today. How you feeling, brother? What you been drinking? Because I know it's pretty much everything.
I am feeling no pain whatsoever, and I fucking earned it. Tonight's drink of choice is a wonderful wheat whiskey made
A
in
wheat whiskey?
Greenville, South Carolina at
Mm.
6 and 20. It's the old money,
Old money.
and it is delicious, and it's doing lots of good things for forcing me to relax, chill out, and calm down, and enjoy the show.
Wolf, did you say wheat whiskey?
No, but I did say Cool Whip.
Whip? Why are you saying that weird?
Why?
No, your line is, why am I saying what weird? You remember Hot Rod,
Oh,
the movie?
what?
Never mind. Whatever.
I'm too drunk to remember anything.
All right. Will Wheaton. Okay. We also have with us tonight the crew from the two of the three crew from the researchers. We got Lady Rain Cloud. Say hello to the beautiful people and tell us what you're drinking.
I am drinking just some Coke. Just some Coca-Cola. Always Coca-Cola. That's about it, really.
Wow.
And, yeah, was hanging out in IAE, having a good time, and, yeah, I'm ready to get to it.
And we also have ELIX, my man, the Lalafell. What's up, brother?
Out here is pretty wet and rainy in the fall as it is. My province is currently kind of drowning. Some people on social media have suggested that it should be renamed Jumanji. And I joke about it, but there are some areas in the province that are very seriously hit, and there have been people that have been killed from flooding and all that kind of shit. But fortunately, where I live, it's just everything's wet.
Yeah.
And that's about it. There's flooding in other places, but I'm lucky enough to be where I can just sit nice and dry and make jokes about it.
You know, there's that guy, he lives, I forgot what part of Canada he lives in, but it's just like north of like, you know, it's straight north of like Portland or whatever. And he does those space talks. I listen to him every week. Scott something. I forget his name. And he
Scott
was
Manley?
No. That's
Oh.
different. But he was talking about how, you know, they were having crazy rains and flooding and all that Michigas, and it was
Yeah.
like, whoa, yeah.
Yeah, that's happening to the Pacific Northwest right now. We're just getting dumped on, and it's ripping apart bridges and stuff like that. I don't know if it's been updated today, but every road connecting the city of Vancouver, which is the port of Canada on the west coast, every road connecting it to the rest of the country has been shut or is actually just destroyed in a spot, so it's closed.
Vancouver is Canadian LA.
To a point, yeah.
Yeah.
And this means that if you want to actually take something from Vancouver on the road to the rest of the country, you have to go into the States and loop around
Oof.
and bop back over.
Wow.
So that's great. But tonight I am drinking a. No one else will have heard of this one because it's a special release, but it is a BC distillery called Goodridge and Williams,
Ooh.
and they've made just some Canadian whiskey, but they finished it in beer barrels from
Nice.
a Vancouver distillery. And
Nice.
this is some good stuff. Just out of the bottle on the nose, I just get a bouquet of dried fruit. It's like I stuck my face into a health food store.
Right on.
There's dried cherries, dried apricots. It's great.
Nice. Very cool. That sounds cool. All right.
Happy to be here for the show.
Right on. Right on. So let's have a little chat, ladies and gentlemen. First off, I want to update you guys on something. We've made some changes. I've been feeling through in my head how exactly to go about this because it's been weird. Lately, it's clear I've been having a lot of fun playing New World, and I'll be honest with you, that's going to be a major part of my gaming for a while at least. And I honestly feel like this game is going to dominate the MMO market for a good long while, at least until Star Citizen comes out. And so I was trying to get my head around how exactly to cover all the things I want to cover. And it looks like, I feel like the best way to do this is this. This show, the Friday show, will be all space stuffs. And the Sunday show will be all New World. So we won't be talking about New World here. If you want New World talk, go to the Sunday show. But if you want all of your space fix, this will be the place to get it. So I feel like that might be the best way to do it. Let us know. Put in the comment section if you have feelings on the subject one way or the other. Like, yes, thank you, God. I don't want you talking about New World here. I just wanted space stuff. Or like, no, I wanted New World stuff. In which case, for sure, go check out the Sunday show. But also let us know if you're feeling like you'd like that here or whatever. That's the thing, and we're going to give it a try, and we're going to see if this works out well. I think it might. So, yeah. Real quick, I just want to call out in case I forget later, because it gets a little whatever. It gets a little hectic sometimes. Our closing song is going to be Maya and TJ Mayashiro, What's Up? The High Sessions, which are like these like Hawaiian, like local Hawaiian singers doing cool like covers of songs, but like in a Hawaiian ukulele style or whatever. So I want you guys to be able to know that that's it. It'll be hopefully in the notes. I'll get around to it. And yeah, but I wanted to call it out right now. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. I want to start very briefly, and I promise you, no spoilers here. But the last episode of Foundation Season 1 came out today, and holy shit, was it good. I am so happy with Foundation and am loving it so very, very, very much. I feel like they told a story that wasn't even close to exactly sort of like accurate of book 1 of Foundation, because part of the story that they were telling, a good chunk of like most of the story they were telling, was from Prelude to Foundation and like some of the later books, because they basically, Asimov started Foundation in book 1 with just like the story of Foundation after it was formed, and then later on down the years, many books later went into Prelude, like the sort of epilogue of, hey, how did this whole thing start? And they just jumped in sort of chronological But at the same time, David Goyer, the creator of the show, was not at all married to staying canonical to just the books, because there's massive parts of the story, some of the best parts of the story, in my opinion, never appeared in the book series at all. He went with a whole different way of doing the Empire side of it, like, day, dawn, and dusk from the whole TV series was not at all in the books. Gale wasn't a character. Sort of, you can say that Gale maybe takes on some of the aspects of a character called the Mule from the books, but like Gale was not a character in the books explicitly. Salvor Hardin was not a character in the books explicitly. Like, there were lots of changes that were made, but I don't care. I'm a huge fan of the books, but I'm not like married to the canonical, like it has to be this. So like, I just loved it for, it was a good story in and of itself. I didn't care how accurate it was to the books. I just wanted a good story, and I feel like they delivered. Similarly, I'll say that today, 2 series that I'm very interested in dropped. The Wheel of Time series dropped on Amazon Prime, which I'm very much looking forward to getting to, but I haven't seen any of it yet. And Cowboy Bebop dropped on, I think, Netflix.
Already? Good Lord.
Yeah.
So much TV.
With regard to Cowboy Bebop, I have heard from people, like, it seems like it's getting mixed reviews. People who don't know the anime love it, and people who do know the anime and are, let's say, very slavishly married to, like, it has to be like the anime, have very serious complaints about changes that were made. I'm not going to rate it because I haven't seen it yet. I will have seen it by the end of this weekend, and at that point, I'll have a feeling. But going into it sight unseen, I will just say this. I don't care if it's like Cowboy Bebop, the anime. I just care that it's a good story. And if it's good, I'll like it. And if it's not, I won't. Similarly, Wheel of Time, the Sanderson classic. Maybe one of the top 10 fantasy.
Robert Jordan.
Oh, wait. Was it? That wasn't Sanderson?
I believe this is the
Wheel of
series that
Time's
Robert Jordan began but couldn't finish. So like around book 9
and then
or something,
Sanderson. Yeah.
started.
My bad. Yeah. Okay. Started by Robert Jordan, finished by Sanderson and Jordan's kid, I think. Somebody. It was Sanderson working with somebody, like, to finish it. And yeah. But like, similar to that, like, I honestly don't care if it's the same as the books. I just want it to be good. Have not seen a lick of that. Haven't seen 1 minute of it, but I'm excited to. So no plus or minus given on, I mean, huge plus given for Foundation because I've seen it all. No score given at all for Cowboy Bebop or Wheel of Time, but very interested. Guys, hop in. Foundation, any commentary? Wheel of Time, any commentary? Cowboy Bebop, any commentary? Keeping in mind, no spoilers.
I haven't seen any of it, and I'm hoping to fix that this weekend.
Right on.
Yeah, I already have Amazon, and I've been waiting for Wheel of Time. I tried to read that book series a while back, and it was just a little boring for me personally. I'm not a huge fantasy fan. Fantasy for me has to be done in exactly the right way in order for me to like it. Otherwise, it's just unwatchable for me or unreadable. But I saw some trailers. I watched the trailers for the show. The show looks like it's going to be good. And I think with this kind of a format where you're on Netflix or you're on Amazon or Apple TV, where you could do a season, I think it really works much better for telling the story that a book series tells. You're able to take your time and do a little more detail than you are in a 2.5-hour movie.
Oh, for sure. A season of high. Now, back in the day, in the 80s, the reason why TV got a bad rap is because they would do it on the cheap, and it would literally be like they would do it on no budget. But if you have if you have a Game of Thrones or an Expanse or a Foundation budget,
Stranger Things. It's all changed now with the success of these shows. It's changed in today's.
If you have a budget and you have a crew that is taking it seriously the way all these shows we just mentioned do, you can for sure do an amazing season of TV that will put to shame any movie. It used to be back in the 80s, movie actors didn't want to do TV because TV had the rep of it does it on the cheap and it comes out with shit. But that's not true anymore. And now that you have TV shows with movie budgets and movie quality, but where a movie tells a story in 2 hours, a TV show can tell a season of a story in 20 hours, it's clearly just better. Anybody else with any of those? ELIX, you haven't hopped in yet?
I haven't watched any of these, so I don't have anything to add about the actual
Fair enough. Wolf, what do you think?
I haven't watched episode 10 of the Foundation. I've got it queued up for tomorrow. The ending of episode 9.
Woohoo!
No. Still not there yet.
No, he's not spoiling it. He's just telling you where it left was big.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So,
turns out Bruce Willis was dead the whole time.
We get it. It's really, really good. We get it.
Yeah, that was. I'm sitting here just watching, just casually. When he gets to that part, and you're gonna have the same reaction of mine. You're just be like, "What the fuck?" You'll love it. I'm not gonna spoil it. Please watch it. You're gonna enjoy it.
Hell yeah.
On the subject of anytime anything is in another form of media and that has been established, and then somebody goes to make a movie or TV show or whatever, it doesn't matter. You are always going to get the people who are the purists to the original story and will say, by default, no matter what, even if the thing to watch was good, that it's terrible. I don't need to tell you how many other this was a manga and then it became an anime and people hated the anime, and then this was a manga and an anime and now it's live action and then people hated the live action even more. Like, that's one thing. This is not a new concept. People hated Lord of the Rings because it wasn't the same as Tolkien's written work.
You didn't include Tom Bombadil. Yeah.
Right? So the important thing is take the art for what it is. A visual representation on the live screen of whatever this story is, altered, modified, whatnot. Is it still a good thing to watch? Is it enjoyable?
Oh yeah.
Give it a fair shake. Come on. Now, I will say that the Doom movie with The Rock was just objectively terrible, and there's no way to try and defend that but it was a fun movie to watch, unless it's just like, I'm drunk and I just want to see The Rock going around and being ridiculous the whole time.
They could have called that movie The Rock Shoot Shit.
Right. That I believe that was the working title.
That's basically the whole summary of what the game Doom was too. Just run around and shoot shit. So it was pretty true to the game.
Here's the thing about the Doom movie. Anybody who says like, oh, fuck off. Doom was facile. Doom was, I got a gun and I shoot shit in the face. So you can't ruin that story. It wasn't a story. Prove me wrong. All right. So I think, does anybody have anything else they want to add on to the feelings of Foundation specifically? If not, we're going to move it along.
I just would say that I don't know where everybody finds all the time, because between all the great video games and now the high quality to great TV shows, because we haven't even mentioned the shows on Disney Plus. Like in a couple of days, Hawkeye begins, and then in a few weeks we get the Book of Boba Fett and the Obi-Wan Kenobi show and the Ahsoka Tano show. I mean, there's just so much high quality TV now.
Whoa. They made a
ridiculous.
Hawkeye show? I'm waiting
Yep.
for the BJ Honeycutt show. All right.
Different Hawkeye. I think.
Only
Different Hawkeye.
about 4 people got that joke, Tweak, you and me among them. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, what was his name? Something Winchester the Third? Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, I am psyched to get into these other things, but Foundation was so good. Go watch it. Next up, I have to confess, I've been playing a lot of New World, so I have not gotten around. Wolf and I did not get around to the expedition of Nomansky yet. We're gonna.
Let's be honest. This week I did not have the brain power to do any puzzle solving. This has changed now.
That's the reason why I didn't do it, because I was waiting on him and he wasn't ready. Yeah, you're my excuse. But Tweaked. How about you tell the people about your adventures in Elite?
All right. Well, let me tell everybody a story. Well, let me back up a little bit. As everybody knows, or most of you know that have been listening, I've been really hard on Elite since pretty much the Odyssey release and since. And I still condemn FDev for not giving console people any information at this point in time. That being said, I am enjoying the game in its current state, and I don't feel the need to apologize to anybody for that. But let me tell you a story as to why I'm enjoying this game. So, a couple nights ago, I'm standing around in the bar in Suya, Rutherford Port, a high-tech station, when I'm approached by the OPIX, which is my PMF, the squadron, the faction that we began. We're in 34 systems right now. The OPIX mission giver walks up to me and says, "Hey, I got something for you. I could really use some help." So she starts rambling on, yada, yada, yada. Business partner screwed her over, doesn't want her other business partners to think that's okay. This guy needs a bullet in his head, blah, blah, blah. I said, "How much is it paying?" "Nope, I'll need a little more." "Okay, fine, I guess I'll go do it." So I make my way to the elevator. Get down to my crate. I hop in, check my loadout. I'm in my Dominator suit with my big guns, my plasma rifle, my laser gun, my pew-pew gun. And I fly 2 star systems over where I find the settlement that she told me he was at. Sure enough, as I'm going through my computer, there's the settlement. So I fly down onto this light atmosphere planet, a lot of green stuff around me on the ground. It was dusk, getting to nighttime, so it had kind of a cool lighting, nice atmosphere. The music in my ear was very atmospheric, I guess I would call it. And I enter the settlement, and I'm walking through, and I get scanned, but I don't worry, because at this point in time, I haven't done anything wrong. I get by the first guard, and I make my way to one of the computers where I locate where my target is. And it tells me she's in the back corner of the settlement.
Yeah.
So I make my way all the way over there, and by now it's getting even darker, and I see she's standing out on the walkway overlooking a field. So I take my spot over in the corner, crouch down onto my knee, on one knee, and get out my plasma sniper. It's not really a sniper, but it acts as a sniper if they don't see you. And I take my shot. And just as I take my shot, I notice in the corner of my eye that, oh crap, there's a guard right there. But
Shit,
it's too late. The
just
target
got
goes
real.
down. The target goes down. I get mission success notified. Now all I got to do is leave the settlement, which that's when the fun begins, because that guard sounded the alarm. And then next thing I know, I was in an all-out gunfight trying to make my way back through the settlement to get to my ship to get out. I'm ducking behind boxes, I'm rearming, I'm killing this guard here and that guard there, and then I'm just running over to the other part of the settlement because there's too many of them. And it was a high intensity battle to get back to my ship. I hop into the cockpit of the ship, launch. The turrets of the settlement are now railing on my unengineered crate, so my shields are dropping. And I get into Super Cruise with about 7% hull left, where I jump back home to Suya and turn in the mission and collect my money. Now, I gotta say, I got done with that and I wiped the sweat from my brow and I was like, wow, that was like intense and it was emergent. It wasn't like those guards were, if they didn't see me, I was going to sneak out of there. But because somebody did, it changed and it turned into that. And that's what I'm finding with these missions with Odyssey. I can do the same mission 3 times and I have 3 different outcomes when I get there. It depends on the atmosphere, and I'm having a lot of fun with them. The AI works, the AI is smart, and the missions are fun. Now, okay, sure, you had to take a little leap when I said the OPIX mission giver approached me in the bar. First of all, she stands in the same spot all the time. You know that. Oh well, I can get over that. I was in the bar where I can't get a drink from the bartender. Dumb, stupid, yes, but I know that. If I let those few little things go and I don't worry about the immersion of walking up my ramp and all of that kind of stuff that I obviously would much prefer to have, but I don't. It is so much. I'm having so much fun in Odyssey right now just doing this stuff. I haven't done any grind. I've bought my pre-engineered weapons and suits, and I'm just hanging around in OPIC space doing random things, and I'm having more fun than I've ever had in Elite Dangerous at this point in time.
Nice. That's cool, man. I'm not against it. I'm not hating.
I love
great.
it.
That's
It's
great.
fantastic.
I'm telling you, these missions are a lot of fun. The settlement raids. I went down and I did a settlement raid, and it was, I guess I would call it more tactical than anything else, because I had to kill, I think it was like 18 members of PMF faction that's around there. But that's neither here nor there. But anyways, so I land at the settlement, and this time I'm literally just going through each and every building, clearing out, okay, there's a commando over there. I go inside this building, there's a few technicians, and you had to do it carefully, and you walk in the building and you don't want to get shot, so you're kind of, being careful as you round the corner and up the stairs, and it's definitely better than I was expecting it to be. And it wasn't, say, 3 months ago when I first popped onto it. It wasn't, but it is now. It's in a place now where it almost never crashes. The planet tech looks great now, and I gotta say, the missions I'm having a ton of fun with. The CZs on the ground CZs are amazing. I cannot wait for more of those. Elite Dangerous Odyssey after update 8 is in a better place than I expected it to be in, and I'm not ashamed to say so. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Very, very cool. All right. Let's hop into Star Citizen. So, why don't we start with, how about we start, ELIX? Why don't you give us the rundown of the sort of changes to the roadmap, and then we'll have RAYNE do the roadmap, and then we'll have ELIX do the rundown of the IAE, and then we'll talk about, well, actually we'll just talk about them one at a time. Go ahead with the roadmap, RAYNE.
Yeah.
Okay, so a couple quick things to bring to light too with the roadmap as we're ending the year here. There are 921 features active on the roadmap overall, and they've completed 568 features this year. And the workload difference is staggering, because with 568 features completed, there's still another 921 active features on the entirety of the roadmap. And so I just kind of want to bring that to people's attention. We've seen with the roadmap roundup, which I had, but is 1 second.
Sure.
Is this the one I'm looking for? Yeah, November 17th. Here we go. So the roadmap roundup. Wait. I lost it for some reason. 1 second.
No worries.
So, yeah, with the roadmap, so changes for November 17th, 2021. Solar burst was added. Natural disaster, basically. Space weather for the first time. That's coming to Pyro. So that's going to be something we have to care about. In Pyro, these solar bursts travel at 15% light speed. Fastest QT drives in the game are 0.9. So you can obviously outrun it and find a way to occlude yourself. So hide behind an asteroid or be on the surface of a planet or hide behind a space station or something. We don't know exactly what's going to happen if the ship gets hit by it. We don't know if it's just destroy the ship outright or if it's, significant systems damage.
Well, if they go for realism, you're talking about a corona mass ejection. That's
Yeah.
a lot of high energy particles hitting the ship.
I would imagine
We
it
know
would at
what
least
that
strip the
does.
shields off. Yeah.
Shields blow out electrics, punch holes in the hull, lots of things.
Have you ever seen a microwave?
Yeah.
So next, other big things that got added: flak ammunition has been added. New damage type triggers on proximity or exploration. Gravlev physics rework has been added and committed. It is committed for the next patch. It's committed for 3.16. It's actually marked on the deliverables as blue and committed. Drake Cutlass Gold Standard is our next gold standard, so it'll be the third ship alongside the Gladius and the Saber. And Prone was removed, but is returning to the progress tracker. Deliverables that were removed was long distance probing, Hangar Manager app V1, Bounty Hunter V2, and the RSI links, because they're going to be recalibrated for 2022. Release view. The following features have passed final review and are being marked as committed. 3.15. We know everything that's in 3.15. 3.15.1, that's the Starfighters, the Redeemers, the Bearing Size 7 Gatling and laser cannon that was in that roadmap roundup as being committed, and it's in the game, but obviously we also have the Spartan straight to drivable in 3.15.1. It's in there now. 3.16, Area 18 Hospital marked as committed. Derelict spaceships points of interests marked as committed, coming in 3.16. Updates the Dying Star map rework marked as committed. The Gravlev physics rework marked as committed, and Laser Trip Mines T0 marked as committed. The Misk Hull C is wrapping up in Q4, but they are moving it because the cargo refactor is coming, and this should get people really happy. The cargo system refactor. This refactor of the ship cargo system will allow both found and purchased cargo to be picked up, moved around, and placed into the cargo grid of a ship. This card is being added to the Alpha 3.18 release window, which 3.16 is the end of the year, 3.17 is first quarter next year, 3.18 will be second quarter next year. That means, quite literally, welcome to real legit piracy, because now you can actually, somebody buys, I don't know, poop or freaking scrap metal or whatever, and it used to be just that physical box. Not anymore. That box that just stood there and you couldn't move it, couldn't do nothing. Now with the cargo refactor, you can try and knock the ship out, get on board, get the cargo off, and go and sell it, hopefully, because selling is also coming.
Or blow up the ship and grab the cargo.
And blow up the ship and grab the cargo. So all of that being said and done, again, keep in mind there are 921 active features on the roadmap, 568 completed this year, with a lot more to come. And that's the roadmap for the time being. So what do we all think?
Space pirates. Yes.
More things getting committed is pretty great.
Yeah, I think it's
locking things in.
I think
Go
it's a
ahead.
little sad when you see some things pushed, but at the same time, it's just the reality of it, and
Yeah.
it's one of those deals where it's like better to do it right. Um, what?
And the thing with things sliding is like, you know, when you have tasks that are being worked on by like maybe two or three people because
Mm-hmm.
they need one person in modeling, they need one coder,
Mhm.
you know, and then they need one texture artist or something like that.
Yep.
And they're looking like they're on track to get it done before the patch hits. And then by completely random, one of them slips and falls and breaks their wrist outside of work, and they
Well,
can't work for a week. And
yeah.
now the whole schedule's slipped back for a week, and nothing's really terribly happened, but a cascade means they miss the deadline and it slides to the next quarter. But nothing really awful is going to happen. It's just going to go into the next patch. We just don't get it right away. Like
Well, and
sometimes it's things like that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
if we want to get a little bit deeper real quick too, for people that are wondering, okay, well, that's doesn't sound like 500 and some odd features that were completed. Well, yeah, because that's not how this works, right? So there's really cool stuff to look at too. So the AI content team completed a number of tasks. 6 of those tasks have been marked ended at the same time. So those are a lot of really cool features that are coming. AI tech and feature team completed their task for teaching NPCs how to use ladders and ledge grab. So get ready because the high ground is no longer safe.
That would be nice. I just hope they can get them to stop standing on the furniture, really.
That's yeah, agreed. Yeah. EU PU gameplay feature team completed 2 tasks: server meshing and ship-to-ship refueling. They have a new space task, and that's working on the solar burst. Facial team completed animation tech for shops and patrons. Motion capture team completed some character work for Squadron 42. SD1 content team, that's the Sandbox 1 team, completed Area 18's hospital interior. So that might get changed. Narrative team completed tasks for infiltrate and defend and ship-to-ship refueling. Network team completed the Atlas. Again, we'll have to hope that that's a good done this time. And a bunch of other things. Planetary content team, so the PCT team marked as completed harvestables and minables, and the entirety of the Pyro system marked as complete, done. Pyro is as far as we are aware. You know, these things change. Pyro is finished. And Squadron 42 dynamic events, the tech animation asset integration, ship-to-ship refueling, and all kinds of other stuff like that. Vehicle content team is doing some works on zero-G push-pull. Vehicle experience team is now a new task, 600i gold standard, and the whole C is marked as complete. Salvage T0 has been added to the list for the vehicle feature team, and there is a lot more. So I just kind of want to put it in perspective when we go over the roadmap and we mention like 7 or 8 things, and then we say, hey, there's a whole bunch of other stuff. Just because it's completed doesn't actually mean that it's quote done, and doesn't mean that it's coming in the next patch either, because there are things that get done that are still waiting on other things before they get committed and come to us live. So yeah, that's it. A big information overload there.
Right on.
So what are your thoughts, Wolf?
My brain is trying to process all of that. I I have to give credit where credit is due. I mean, it's the amount of things that they're getting done is just truly amazing. And yeah, it's like, okay, it's sad that that's not going to be ready. It gets pushed back, blah blah blah. But I mean, with everything that we've seen recently in the game dev community, where it's fuck it, we got to meet the date and we'll fix it in post, blah blah blah. Like,
Yeah.
I would rather see the time spent to make the thing proper
Yep.
than to give me a box of hot garbage. I mean, that's really all it comes down to. Now, does it mean that there aren't things that are not broken? You know, of course there's things that are broken. The game's not finished yet. But reading all that I have and watching the different videos that I have, you could have come up to me, you know, a year, 2 years ago, saying, "Hey, you know, what do you think about this game, Star Citizen?" And I'd have looked at it and been like, you know, it's just not there. I've done beta testing. It's a big headache. It's not for me, and I don't see where this game is really going. Just because I didn't want to go into the immense history of everything. It's just I've only got so many brain cells that I can put towards understanding stuff a day, and my job tends to kill them off quite rapidly by the hour. But what I'm seeing here is there's solid direction and there's solid progress.
Yep.
And god damn it, good on them. I mean,
it's like, you know, the with New World going to having their own PTR with Final Fantasy, you've got, you know, the producer and director crying on stream because he had to delay the game for 2 weeks because, you know, he wanted it to be perfect, quote unquote. You know, like it's good. It's very, very good. ELIX, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I am always in the camp of it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yep.
And you know,
I mean, we do call them sprints in the industry, though. Just saying.
Well, yes, that is entirely true.
I'm just
but
the point goes to Lady RAYNE because that was perfect.
Yeah, but it is very much a marathon, and you know, it's one step at a time. They're building things up. You know, you watch, you know, if you've ever watched a skyscraper get built, even if it's just something that you see on your work commute, and just over the seasons it gets tall, and then at the wall, you know, there's windows suddenly filled in, you know, and it just gets built up bits by bits. And when you get done, you're not really going to be when it's actually done, you're not really going to be thinking about like, oh man, remember when we were so excited about the fact that we could pick boxes up?
Yeah. True.
You know, like so many things have come and gone from being things that backers have been excited about to just things that are in the game that no one really talks about. Like the room system used to be the hot thing. Now it's just a thing that's in the background and it just works. Object container streaming was a huge topic for a long time. Now it's just there, and we're using it as a foundation for server meshing, which isn't there yet. And once it is there, we'll move on to worrying about the next thing, and it'll just be there now. So,
Kai, what do you think?
You know, we're getting there.
Oh, sorry, ELIX.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. No.
Kai, what do you think? Kai?
It's good shit. I'm reserving, like I'm waiting to see with a lot of this stuff, but like I'm excited for the possibilities. There's some stuff, you know, where some of the cargo stuff gets pushed back, some of the, you know, the salvaging got pushed back, and it's like, okay, but like it's coming. Do it right, get it right rather than do it fast. But I'm excited to see where it goes. You know.
Tweet.
Yeah, I'm kind of in that boat a little bit because I'm still I consider myself still so new to Star Citizen that it feels like there's so much in there right now, and especially with all the new stuff in the current patch, to look at a roadmap so far down the line and see this stuff got pushed back and this got moved up, and it's a lot of information to process, and it's a lot of stuff to worry about that I have no control over, really. So I don't pay much attention to it, really, until it gets a lot closer to me. So I use it more or less to have a solid idea of the direction that they're trying to go with the game. So I understand where we're going. And I think that's what it's best for. To me, though, what's really exciting is everything that's working in game now.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Tweaked actually does bring up.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No.
But Tweak does bring up a good point of that the roadmap is showing it's just showing where they are going with things, and to bend that in a slightly different direction, it's important to keep in mind that the roadmap is them communicating the information of what it is they're working on now and what they plan to be working on in the next few quarters, according to the best information that they have at the time. It's not engraved in stone.
Well, it's like the real quick, the the weapon feature team has on their tasks incendiary ammunition, mag stripping and refilling, plasma ammunition, space mine, weapon misfire and wear, cutting tech 2, disarray ammunition, whatever they're calling, whatever that's supposed to be, charge/drain tech 0. Like all of these things that they've not talked about that's sitting as tasks that are being worked on. What is incendiary ammunition? So obviously it doesn't serve anybody to sit and look at that and be like, hey, guess what? Incendiary ammunition might be a thing we get to shoot at the end of next year, right? But it's still kind of neat, I think, to be like, holy crap, there's almost 1,000 features on the roadmap being worked on right now by a team of 700 people. And we can see everything that's planned, who's working on what, how long they expect it to take, and get a broad spectrum overview of the vision of the direction of the project and be like, wow, game's great right now, but there's some really cool stuff coming down the road. We hope, right? It's kind of just me. I think it's okay to be excited for the what if that's coming, for the dreaming of what's coming next. I think that's okay, just as long as it doesn't
I've been
take over.
burnt by dreaming for the what ifs before, which is part of why I like CIG being so open with everything, because you don't have to imagine what it's going to be. You can plainly see what they're aiming for. So
yeah, imagine having a roadmap with 1,000 things on it instead of a roadmap with 3 sentences of we're working on some stuff.
Yeah, and like that is the thing, is it's communicating the info that is the best available at the time, and sometimes it makes sense for that to change, but it's also great because it gives you that insight of what are they actually doing, what are they actually spending our money on, what are they doing with their time in between patches when we complain about things. And the answer is they're adding new things. They're developing existing things to be better. They're responding to feedback and making changes. And they're working on stuff that they haven't talked about to us yet. And we get this view on the roadmap of where it is. And that's, if you're into theory crafting, that's great, because you don't just have to read the tea leaves of, okay, well, 4 years ago at this presentation, they said this and they showed this concept art, and then they haven't said anything at all about it ever since, but we know they have to be working on something, and then this guy on Twitter said this, and they hired, you don't have to try to read the tea leaves and be a spy thing. You can just look on the roadmap and go, oh, well, this is the direction that they're going. I don't like that. I like this. Hopefully they'll figure out a way to make that more the way I like it, whatever.
Hey, Kai, we're still on Elite B-roll, by the way.
Yeah.
I did not even know that I had clicked onto that. My bad.
No worries.
All right.
So that's it for the roadmap. Lots of really good stuff. Next patch is probably going to be even greater. But we have an IAE to talk about.
Hell yes. Let's get into that. I think you've got that one, Elix. Go for it.
I do. So IAE is on now. It started at 4 p.m. GMT, or UTC rather, because GMT's got time zones. Or 8 a.m. LA time, I think, is when it kicked off. It's running between now and December 1st. So 12 full days of events.
Hanukkah.
This is also during a free fly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this is 12 full days. It's technically 13, but it started middle of the day here. I figure it's probably going to end sometime during the business day on the 1st.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to extend to like midnight, but who knows? That's weeks from now.
Right on.
It's also a complete free fly. You do not need a game package to play the game during this period. So if you're someone listening to the show and you don't play Star Citizen, you don't have Star Citizen, and either you're curious about it, or but you're not willing to put the money down yet because you're not sure if it's actually going to get done or whatever it happens to be, here's a chance. Try it. You just get right in. You don't need a game package. Everybody gets a Consolidated Outlands Nomad starter ship as a loaner. This includes existing accounts. So if you have logged into the game recently and you've gone, wait a minute, why do I have a Nomad on my account? That's why.
Which I did today. I asked in the chat, hey, what's a Nomad and why do I have one in my hangar? Now I know.
I did too.
The full name is the ASP Nomad, and it's because it's awesome.
Yep.
True.
It's the Consolidated Outland Asp Explorer, but it has an interior, so something's wrong here. This does not add up.
No,
Okay,
everybody knows that
I'm done.
interiors are not fun in games.
They're not possible.
Right.
No,
So,
anyway.
so
But back to
yes,
IAE.
Yes.
So every day there's going to be a different ship manufacturer in the expo hall for 48 hours, and it's rotating on a schedule. So I'm going to quickly run through the schedule here. I'm going to be reading off a lot of ship names, and I'm going to leave people behind. I'm going to lose them in the dust. What's important here is listen to which manufacturer is which day.
Okay.
And hold on a second,
Go ahead.
Elix. For all you players out there that are new to Star Citizen,
Yeah, go ahead.
that are coming from other games, yes, this is actually in game. So if you fly to Microtech and basically just follow the signs, you can't miss it. You follow the signs, and it'll take you right there. And then what Elix is about to tell you will blow your mind because it's like legit all in game. This isn't just something that they're doing online or something. This is all actual in-game stuff.
Wait, I'm confused, Tweaked. When you put a story in Galnet, it's just a story. They don't actually do stuff in the. Oh wait, sorry, wrong. This is a different game. No, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pick up this gigantic hint that Tweaked has just left me here, and I'm gonna run with it right for the goalposts.
Go for it.
Yes, the thing to keep in mind is the free fly event. You don't just get the ships on every day automatically. You actually have to go to New Babbage, to the IAE Exposition Hall. It's an actual in-game convention. It's an actual expo hall, like you would see with like real-world car dealerships, kind of thing. It's an actual it's a ship show in the most literal sense of the word. You go down there, you ride New Babbage, you ride the train, everything's signposted. There's a guide that says you just stay on the train for 2 stops coming from the spaceport, regardless of which direction you go. One's just longer. That's the only difference. And then you just follow the signs clearly posted everywhere. You get yourself into the arena hall. Today, if you go there right now, during the show, after the stream, before they flip around tomorrow, you will find the Anvil. Well, it's Anvil. Sorry, that's not a ship. It's the manufacturer. It's Anvil Day. So you'll find the Arrow, the Ballista, the C8X Pisces, the Carrack, all of the regularly available Hornets, which is to say the Hornet Wildfire, the Hornet Tracker, the Hornet Ghost, and the Super Hornet. You just don't get to fly the military ones.
But you
don't get the military ones.
But you do get to actually sit in the cockpit of the military one. You can go in the F8, the military one, the one that's from from Squadron 42. You don't get to fly it, but you can sit in the cockpit and look around and woo, dog.
There is an F8 on the show floor.
There's
the Gladiator. There's the Hawk. There's the Hurricane. There's the Terrapin. There's the Valkyrie. And there's also the brand new Spartan APC.
Wait. Isn't it called the Turtle Pin? I think you said it wrong. It's the Turtle Pin. It's officially in game. It's the Turtle Pin.
Yeah. Okay, guy.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing that I also want to mention is this isn't in game because these ships are not available in game, but on the website, because they're also selling all these vehicles and ships, just in case you do want to spend cash on them, because this is a fundraising exercise for a crowdfunded game. They're selling all those ships. They're also selling the Crucible and the Liberator, and they also have paints for the Carrack and the Spartan.
The Liberator is also known as the LCAC.
Yes. So that's what's happening today. It's Anvil Day. Get in there, get yourself a Hurricane, get yourself a Hawk, get yourself a Valkyrie. See
Rent
what
a
you can
Carrack.
fit in what.
Hide your kids, hide
take a
your
Carrack.
wife, hide your checkbook, because it's getting crazy in here.
See how many arrows you can fit inside a Carrack. You would be surprised how many can go in there before everything explodes. The answer is more than one. Sort of. Just don't try quantuming. If you try flying anywhere, I'm not getting involved. Anyway, so moving on from that, because we're going to be here all night if I just vamp like this.
Sure.
So that next day, tomorrow, is going to be Robert Space Industries. We got the Auroras, the Constellations, the Mantis, and the Ursa Rover. I am assuming that there's going to be all of the variants, which means that includes the Phoenix. So everybody's going to get to try out the party boat and check out that sweet bar.
Hell yeah. And that's right.
Day 3.
That's right.
Yeah,
It's
go ahead.
Robert Space Industries, named after Aaron Roberts. Yes. Go ahead.
And no one else. Absolutely no one else. Yeah. Now, day 3 is going to be Aegis Dynamics Day, which means we got the Avengers, the Eclipse, Gladius, the Hammerhead, the Reclaimer, everybody's new best friend, the Redeemer, the old trusty warhorse, the Retaliator, the Saber, and the Vanguards.
It's actually the Sabre. Sorry, I didn't want me to correct you and make you look stupid in front of everyone.
No, it's my fault. I should have done the research.
Fair.
Day 4, November 22nd, is APOA. It's Alien Day. We got APOA ships. We got the Car2L and the Nox. If you check out the Nox, you'll see why there's the Gravlev rework in progress on the roadmap.
If you take out
You
the
get the Banu
Car2Wall,
Defender.
if you take out the Car2Wall, you'll see why it's the sexiest ship in the game. Go ahead.
And you'll hear it too. The thing growls like a beast. It's alive. The Banu Defender is also there. Also, we have the Asperia line of replica Vandal ships. The Blade, the Glaive, the Prowler, and the Talon.
The Talon. So sexy.
Now, day 5, November 23rd, we got Crusader Industries and Tumbril. We got the Ares. Boom, boom, baby.
Boom,
the Hercules. Presumably the multiple variants of it.
To be clear,
and
when
the
he
Mercury
says
Star Runner.
to be clear, when he says the Ares, he means the Ion and the Inferno. And they're both sex on a stick.
And to be clear,
when I say boom,
actually,
boom.
Yeah, Bert. You mean Bert, right?
Brrrt.
Yeah. And then, of course, we got the MSR, Mercury Star Runner. And then we've got, for Tumbril, some delicious ground vehicle action to round that out in case you needed something to put into a Hercules or a Mercury Star Runner. We got the Cyclones, and we got Zenova Tonk.
Now, if you are an old...
The Tonk.
Yes. If you are an old school backer of Star Citizen, then you know the Mercury Star Runner. If you're brand new to the project, it's the fucking Millennium Falcon. Go and check it out. You can play this
Legally
game
distinct
for free
Millennium
for the week. And you can go
Almost
and
4
rent
weeks,
that
I think.
ship. Go and fly the Millennium Falcon. But if you're from the House of Mouse, it's legally distinct and completely different. Not at all the Millennium Falcon. If you're anyone else, it's the fucking Millennium Falcon. Go fly it. Go ahead.
Pretty
Back to you.
much.
Back to you.
Yeah. All right. Day 6 brings us on to November 24th, and it's Origin Jumpworks Day. And that's when it's time to live in the lap of luxury and cruise like you're made out of $1,000,000 for just a little bit. We got the Origin 85X, which is a nice little runabout. The Origin 100 series, 100, 125, 135C. It's a very nice starter ship, and unlike the other two, it's got functioning cargo space you can put a box into.
Wow.
Dun dun dun. The Origin 300 series, including the 350R. So you can take that fat bottom girl out and really give it the beans. That thing goes fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's got 2 engines instead of the normal 1 in those, and it moves.
Mm-hmm.
The 400i. They said it didn't exist until it existed, and now you can fly it for free. You can also take out the 600i. You can also take out the bad boy, the 890 Jump.
The Griff Special. Yes.
Yes. And just to round it off, you can take out the fastest and most annoying little mosquito alive, the Origin M50. It's a great little ship.
It's a great little ship.
Next day takes us to November 25th, and it's Argo, Consolidated Outlands, Greycat, and Kruger Day. This is the little guys with their small things, which means the mole. Multi-crew mine with your friends. That's right, multiple people with different lasers. Team up, break those rocks. It's great fun. The MPUV.
The king of
Argo
ships.
Cargo. The Argo Cargo 1, you get to see why. For Consolidated Outlands, we got the Mustang line. I wonder if that's going to include the Omega. It's not entirely clear from the info that I've got right now.
It won't.
But we good. Also, in case you needed another one, you can rent a Nomad.
Hell yeah.
You'll see it on the show floor. We also got the Grey Cats. The Grey Cat PTV is there. It's the greatest little golf cart you ever wanted, but it's also got its big brother that actually does something, the Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a ground mining vehicle for anyone who is not familiar with it.
And its bigger brother that does nothing more, the Rock two-seater.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which eventually they talked about how they're going to be making changes to where the DS is going to be what it's actually supposed to be, but we're not there yet.
Yeah.
But rounding out this day, last but not least, we've got Kruger. I think it's Kruger Intergalactic, but it's the P-52 Merlin and the P-72 Archimedes. You may recognize these as the snub ships for constellations, and in the P-72's case, the constellation Phoenix in particular. These do not have their own quantum drive.
Mm.
Neither does the MPUV.
Mm.
But if you still have a 600i rental going from the day before, you can load it right up into that, or 400i. You're good.
Right on.
Day 8, November 26th, takes us to arguably the best manufacturer, and I'm going to get people wanting to fight me for this, Drake Interplanetary. We got the Buccaneer, we got the Caterpillar, we got the Cutlass, we got the Herald, and we got the Dragonfly for all your entirely legitimate, not illegal business needs.
And just in case you need a flying toilet, Drake has you covered.
I would not be surprised.
I take offense to that comment.
I would not be surprised if for next April Fool's there's just a toilet with an engine strapped to it, and that's their new concept.
The Drake
anyway,
Chiton.
The Drake Navigator.
I mean, it's got everything you could need.
Oxygen necessary. Who needs that? Anyway,
You
day
got a
9.
space helmet.
Yeah. Bring your own. What's the problem? Day 9, November 27th. That's MISC Day, which is Musashi Internet. No, I can't remember the name of it. I'll dig it up later, but fuck. Anyway, you get the freelancers. This is your good old semi truck.
Isn't it the Musashi International Ship Company? Space Company? Something?
It's something like that, but I can't remember.
Real quick question. On the Drake flying toilet, where are they going to put the loose wires?
You just hold on to that. That's your grip.
I had to finish a beer off on that one. That was just too good. Go ahead.
Yeah, no worries. So we got the freelancers, we got the prospector. If you want to go mining with your friends, if you were done with being mining with your friends a couple days ago, now you can go mining by yourself, or you can all pile into these and go mining together and just coordinate with them in separate ships. If you want to go racing, Misk's got you covered with the Razor. Yeah, there we go. It's Musashi Industrial Starflight Concern. I knew it was something like that, but I couldn't get it. I knew more. I could remember more about the lore than what the acronym spelled. Anyway, the Reliance and the Starfarer, aka the Flying Quake level.
Uh-huh.
Then we get to day 10. Day 10, November 28th. This is time for the best in show. With the King, the Argo MPUV cargo, reigning along with its attendants, the 600i, the Crusader C2 Herc, and the MSR.
Hell yeah.
And finally, the events of the IE wrap up for the next 3 days, 11th through the 13th, November 29th through December 1st, where everything that has been rentable is rentable. They just unlock everything in the show all days at once. Let's go, baby.
Let's
so
go.
You can just go wild. You basically just spend the weekend going nuts.
Right on. So
actually, no, it's actually I said the weekend, but that's actually taking place Monday through Wednesday. So my bad. Anyway, yes,
yeah.
Go ahead.
So this is a fantastic lineup of days. Let's talk about the fact that they have the balls to say, "Hey, you people who have not bought our game, come and play our game for free." Huge. Also, we get the rap that all our ships cost money. That's okay. Come and rent them. Come and play this one or that one for free. Come try this for that for next to nothing. Come and test the waters. Good stuff. I want to get from people their opinions, their feelings on what I just said, like the fact that unlike some other game companies, these guys are literally like, just come try our stuff for free. And also, here are extra ships that you can get a hold of, that you can play, that you can try for free. What do you guys, let's talk about that. What do we think of that? How do we feel about all that? And also, like, just what are you excited for? What are you like, hey, I got a few dollars in my pocket. I think I might get of this, and or I can't afford anything just the moment, COVID times and whatnot, but I definitely am going to go and free fly a XYZ. Let's go around the horn and see what everybody's excited for and what everybody's got feels for. Why don't we start with my man Wolf?
So, this new machine that is made solely of wallet tiers, I got it so that I could give Star Citizen a shake.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, like, you remember the days where you could get demos for games, but they were, it was like the first, like, X amount of time in a playthrough of a storyline or X. This is that, but it's so much more. And from a, hey, why don't you come try it out standpoint, that is fantastic. Along with being able to be like, hey, all these ships that you can see or, not see if they're super expensive and you're just not around in the game with people who have them. If you want one of these, and all of these are buyable with in-game currency, so it gives you a goal to work towards, look at the fun thing. Do you like it? Do you not like this one? Do you like that one more? Like, the Millennium Falcon, the Mist Star Runner. I'm going to work my way.
The Crusader Star Runner.
The Mercury Star Runner.
Mercury Star Runner. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay. It's okay. I
just wanted to
correct that before we started a jihad. But yeah.
Yeah, I was close.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I meant? The concept of, like, here's the thing. You can call it, dangling the carrot or whatnot, but it gives you a goal to set for yourself. It's like, I want that.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't necessarily know if that's something that I would want without something like this. And that's fantastic. I love that they're doing this. Just for the standpoint alone of, hey, come look at the stuff.
Come and knock on our door. Right on. 100%. Tweaked. As a new person to the project, as a Frontier Development Elite Dangerous player who has just come over within the last 6 months to Star Citizen. How do you feel about this IAE?
I love it. I absolutely think it's a spectacular event, and I call me a little kid, but when a game developer takes the time and the effort to actually do events like this, I mean, it makes it feel alive. It makes this galaxy feel like it's a happening place. There's things going on. I got my Xbox controller mapped up because I'm still having issues with my HOTAS. But anyways, I finished mapping so that I could kind of sort of fly through the galaxy again. And I flew myself to Microtech today, and I landed there. And as soon as I got through the elevator, it just, there's signs that says convention this way. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. That's a nice addition. And then I turn the corner and there's more signs, and I'm just wandering around looking at things, and I see some different things that weren't there pre-update. And then I got to the convention center itself, and literally, like, you walk up the stairs and you're at the beginning of it, where there's all the different, you know, places to buy the Drake t-shirts and the Crusader t-shirts and some soft drinks and coffee over here. And then you go into the back and to the elevators, and it takes you to the actual showrooms, where there's multiple showrooms for each groups of ships. And it's just an amazingly cool event. I spent probably 2 hours today just wandering around looking at ships, going through the interior of ships. If you're a player that says, I don't know if I need interiors, what am I going to do? Come try this out. Come to the showroom and walk through the Valkyrie or walk through the MSR, and then try to convince yourself that you don't just want to be able to walk through the interior of your ships. It makes them feel so much more personable, in my opinion. This event is amazing. For example, today I took a tour of a Valkyrie. Now, I've been in a lot of different ships throughout my limited time playing Star Citizen, but the Valkyrie was not one of them. I've blown a lot of them up while I was flying my Gladius. But walking through it, I had no idea that it had so many seats for troop transport, and it had like Gatling guns hanging out of the two side doors. And it's like, it would be a great drop ship if we ever had like actual wars or a need for a drop ship in this game.
Hey, Katie.
Katie would
go
love
ahead.
it.
Go ahead.
But just gonna say, just as an in-game event, I eat this kind of shit up. I really do. It makes it feel like it's a world that you wanna be a part of, because they're gonna work to make things better. They could have done all of this online with videos and put a little sale on their website and called it a day, but they go through the actual development effort to put it in game, to make us all feel included and to show off their. Why shouldn't they show this game off? Why shouldn't it be a free fly? Because anybody that comes new, that's on the fence, that comes to Star Citizen right now, their mind is going to be blown, because one, graphically, it's unmatched. It looks amazing. Whether you're in space, in your interior of your ship, in a city, on a planet, it looks amazing. Two, the play is fun. The space combat is so much fun. Flying is so fun. The FPS is so good. It's just, they know they've got a good product. So why not give it out for free for a week or two and let everybody come and test the waters out?
First
it's
taste
a great
is
product.
free. Yeah.
Hey, Tweaked. So I just want to jump on something here. So you said that, you know, people that haven't played Star Citizen and, you know, maybe might be fence sitting are going to be blown away when they actually try the free flight. And you said that you flew down to Microtech. And outside of the event hall itself, is there anything particularly notable about Microtech that you want to share with people?
Anything
that you noticed when you
new,
flew down?
perhaps?
You might be talking about those those clouds that I had to fly through. I was like looking. I thought I was in the wrong place. I'm flying to Microtech, and I'm looking for the signs of the city, and I couldn't see them through all these beautifully, I don't know, I guess I call them fluffy, volumetric clouds. Eat your heart out, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Every bit is good.
You sure
right
you didn't
here.
launch Flight Simulator by mistake?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go cloud surfing.
Hell yeah.
I can tell you that right now.
Hell yeah. Tweak, anything else you want to add to your thoughts on this?
Nope, I think I'm all good. It's a great, fun event, and if you are on the fence of Star Citizen, download it, give it a try. It's totally free. You can see what the cities are like. You can rent a ship for free and see what the ships are like. You can see if Star Citizen is something that you might like. And
Wolf,
if you're listening to our show, I promise you it is.
hell yeah. Wolf, as another brand new person to the project of Star Citizen, give me, and I get it, you haven't been there yet and you haven't seen it yet, but just from what you've heard us discuss here tonight, what are your impressions? What are your thoughts? What are your hopes? What are you excited for with IAE, your first one?
I want to see the different ships, because this is going to be the way that I can finally for myself go to them, walk around in them, which is going to be a very foreign concept, but whatever, we're going to move past that. I want to see them for what they are, and I want to understand why people have the love that they do for all these different ships. Like, why is this one so much better? Like, I can tell you flat out now, like, I'm not going to be a good enough pilot to really take everything out and squeeze that last drop of performance out of the envelope that they have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look at the ship, figure out what it's for, what was the design intent, and, you know, it was like, I want to do that style of game loop. This ship would be really good for that. This is a goal of a thing that I want to eventually acquire. This sounds fantastic. Like, it's the there's a plethora of ships to choose from, and all of them have their different, you know, design characteristics, jobs that they can do, jobs that they will undoubtedly be able to do better or possibly worse as time goes on and things change. But the biggest thing that, to me, that's, you know, kind of stumped me is, what is it about the ships that has everyone in such a fervor that it does? I mean, the whole first person walk around, do stuff aside, like, you know, I get it. You can walk around pretty places. It's a giant convention center, and if there weren't signs, I would probably get lost. Well, that seems quite realistic because I've gotten lost in giant convention centers multiple times. The draw to me is the ships, and I want to see what they are. And this is going to afford me the chance to do so at my leisure and being able to do with them what I want.
Yeah, those last 3 days are just going to be like, go nuts.
Yeah.
You can rent every single one, and I believe the rentals last for 48 hours. Let me double check.
From time of rental.
Yeah, from the time of rental for 48 hours. So if you went at the the event ends at noon Pacific time on December 1st, or 8 p.m. UTC. So if you went in there at 11:30 on the 1st and rented everything,
you got 2 days of it.
You would still have access to everything they offered until basically early afternoon on the 3rd.
Hell yeah.
So what I'm hearing is I need to go have a chat with Mrs. WOLFDRAGON and tell her that I'm not going to be getting a whole lot of sleep because I'm going to be looking at all the shiny.
Hell yeah.
I'll go ahead and start greasing the skids on that one.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something from my perspective is the true sense of scale when you're walking, and Tweak would have seen this today, when you're walking up those stairs. The first thing you see on prominent display right in the center is the Anvil Carrack. Just sitting there in all of its glory and its beauty.
Beckoning to you.
Yes. With the ramp already down, and you walk around the landing gear and you realize this is a ship that I can live on, that can be home for me. And I think for a lot of people, Wolf, that's what does it for us, right?
I think along with that, each ship, and the Carrack is a great example because it's so big and you can make it a home. But even your single-seater fighters, they all feel different. They all have different character, different touches to them. It's just, I don't even know how to explain it. Like the Cuddy Black interior is nothing spectacular, right? You go up the ramp, you got a ton of cargo
You
space.
watch your whore mouth.
You go through the door and you got a turret and you got a pilot seat. That's it. I mean, but
It's
even
got
that little bit of
character
an
for
interior,
days.
but even that interior is enough to make me feel like it's mine.
Hell yes.
To walk through that, to feel like that wall is mine, and that light over there is flashing, and eventually I'm gonna have to fix something to make it stop flashing, and it just feels.
Those loose
And now that I've
wires.
gone back to Odyssey, as much fun as I'm having in Odyssey, I miss that about it. I miss my crate and being able to walk through it and feel like it's mine. That is something that in my head I have to make a exception for to be able to enjoy it. These ships in Star Citizen, and for me, Star Citizen is not all about the ships. Maybe because I've flown for 4,000 or 5,000 hours in Elite, being stuck in my cockpit, I love the FPS stuff in Star Citizen. But the ships all feel so good. They all have so much character. Each one is so different from the next. And that's why people have such strong feelings about what are their favorites and what they're not.
I think on that note, I'm going to hop in. So first off, the Cuddy Black was the very first ship that I bought with in-game credits, and as such will forever hold a special place in my heart. I am a huge Drake fanboy. And that's not to mean that I shit on Crusader or Misk or Origin or anyone else, because Anvil, Aegis, love them all. But the Cuddy Black was my first 100% in-game upgrade. And goddamn, I love that ship. Now, I'll say this. I've been saying that, you guys know I've been playing a ton of New World. But I want to kind of get back into and start setting up days for in-game Star Citizen stuff. I want to have a crew and do stuff 100% in-game in Star Citizen. And I've kind of been thinking, fuck it, why don't I just buy a Carrack for the purposes of the show, for the adventures of whatever. It's big enough that it's like full on, we can do stuff and we can have our space adventures. 3.14 changed the game like no patch since 3.0 has. It literally 100% was the multi-crew is now ascended to primacy patch. 3.15 with all of the survival mechanics, the medical, the inventory management, the everything survival was again the biggest patch. Like 3.14 was the biggest patch going all the way back to 3.0. 3.15 topped it. 3.16 with a lot of the cargo stuff that's coming, and 3.17 and 3.18. It's just going to be a flood of ever topping, ever more emergent, ever more fulfilling as a fully realized game. Even though, it's still in development, but each step it's more fully realized than it was before. And the game is just really hitting its full stride in a way that, to me as a consumer, and I don't speak for you, I just speak for me, but to me, makes it more and more a real game. So I'm crazy excited. I'm falling back in love with, I never fell out, but I'm falling back in love more so with Star Citizen. And I'm thinking about, maybe I'll drop a few bucks and get a character for the crew, for the show, for the purposes of the show. I'd like to hear from everybody their thoughts real quick. Am I crazy? Or is like, yeah, would that be a good idea to spend the money on a character for the purposes of the show, to record, to stream the Star Citizen adventures of the little Black Sky Legion crew out there in the world, sort of Firefly-like? What do you guys think?
Love it.
I'm
Down
on
for
board.
it.
I like the idea.
think-
I don't know what job I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do something.
You can be
I
our
think
Jane.
that you could definitely fit a lot of different sort of activities
Mhm.
into around having the Carrick, even if it's just let's load a whole bunch of people up and go to IE,
Mm-hmm.
and just flash mob the place as a group and have fun with that. Rent some ships and just go, screw around
Mm-hmm.
and drive them off or something like that. There's a lot that you could fit into it, and I think what could be fun is even if we sort of got everything organized around it, have a show, not necessarily every week, but as a special thing, have a show where the camera is just a shot in game, and we're actually all in game and talking using in game voice.
I'm planning on every week kind of thing. Maybe set aside, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, whatever, Monday night, and just
Having an event night, yeah, like that's a thing.
Yeah, have
That
it
would
be
be
a
cool.
full-on thing. Yeah. And so if we say like, hey, it's every Tuesday night, that doesn't mean you can't, in your character, go fly around in an A2, go fly around in a Gladius, go fly around in a Connie, go do whatever you want for the rest of the week. But, Tuesday night at, say, whatever, Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern, get your ass to where the ship is, because you're part of the ongoing story of this crew, and we're just going to every week stream it, record it, talk about it on the Friday show, like kind of like a D&D game, but we do the commentary of like, oh my God, can you believe we did? Yeah, can you believe we did that? We robbed the bank over here. We got, oh shit, then we had the cops after us over here, and then over here we were mining, and then somebody came out to try to get a node and then fucking blew up. Like just full on story time.
If I can hop in real quick.
Sure.
Tweak's story at the beginning of the show. I remember when I took Katie to Cleo.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her, I said, there is a moon called Cleo that has a great green ocean, an emerald sea.
Mm-hmm.
And we went there and we walked off the ship
Ooh, I need to
into
see
the wind and the debris and the sun and the clouds and the atmosphere onto the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And you look down at the textures and you see the waves and you hear it all. She was legitimately stunned. Just like seeing the sunrise on Crusader for the first time. And something that I wanted to push on a little bit. Everybody talks about role play. In Star Citizen, we're not role playing. We're living in the universe. Because I'm not talking about this from like, we sat down to D&D and we're in character. No, I mean, we went and did the thing. And right. Katie was, wow, you know how Katie does, like she does like, wow, goddamn, right? Like
yeah.
And I think we get together, we hang out, we have those stories to tell. Yeah. It's one of the reasons I fell in love with EVE Online. Like if you ever heard people like me that have been with EVE forever, you hear us talk about, the great, the great Ascendancy War, or the Battle of BTAC or whatever.
Or BTAC, or fucking the Bob Wars, or oh my God, do you remember
Burning
when
Jita.
Burning
Jita, the Bloodbath, the B-R,
yes. The
And
fucking
people are like, "What is this? You sound like you were actually there." And I'm like, "Well,
the War of Sov
in a sense, you were.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
War of Sov aggression. The yeah, all dude, old school Eve players, 100%. And to be clear, like, sort of, how do I say this properly? Everybody knows I'm in love with New World. I've been playing the fuck out of it. I think that New World is the biggest game of the next 5 years. I feel like New World gets it right on so many levels. But I want to be clear about something. Because some people have said, oh, you're all about New World. You're no longer about Star Citizen. New World, you're comparing apples and Volkswagens. And here's why. New World is the absolute, I feel, greatest example of an MMO. Period. New World gets the bones. Now, it's got a lot of shit that's not quite set, not quite finished, not quite cooked, not quite, some of it's broken, but they've been doing an amazing job of fixing stuff, and New World is the best MMO, I feel, that will go down in history as the greatest MMO of all time. Star Citizen is not an MMO. Star Citizen is not quite a game. Star Citizen is the oasis. It's this next thing. So New World is the greatest example of what MMOs are in 2021. Period. Star Citizen is a whole quantum leap ahead and will be, I honestly believe, and Soul Citizen did a phenomenal show and on this subject, and RAYNE was a guest on it, where they were like, hey, there's a whole difference between there was a very big thing called, a very big project called Second Life that is still a thing that they tell you, Linden Labs will tell you, if you ever ask, this is not a game, don't call it a game, because to them it's a alternate reality. It's a whole other world that you can exist in,
part of the metaverse.
and I think that Star Citizen will be that. It will be an MMO, but it will also be an alternate reality experience. It will be, it's a whole different thing. And so
it's a first-person universe.
Do not for one moment take my love for New World and this current game that I'm absolutely head over heels in. I'll tell you right now, as we speak, I'm fishing in New World. Like, this is my thing right now. But Star Citizen is my thing. Like, when it's done and ready soon, will be my, like, just next level thing. So
I don't think. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I don't think any of us have to apologize for the other things that we love too. And just like Tweak said earlier, he doesn't have to apologize for loving Elite.
Yeah,
You
you don't
apologize for
Final
being in love with
Fantasy,
New World.
right?
Yeah, and I'm in Final Fantasy every day, all day. Like waiting for that Endwalker expansion.
But
Doesn't
I think
mean,
all of us see Star Citizen as that thing that is in its ascendancy,
dream.
and when it happens, when it really lands, will be just it won't be a game. It'll be a world, and we're ready for it.
Well, you've noticed they've changed the marketing.
Yeah.
Chris himself said greatest first-person universe.
Yep. 100%.
They're really emphasizing that now. It's been on the site for a long time, but they used to just say, yeah, we're a space sim, but now it's, no, we are a first-person universe, and here's why.
So, Lady RAYNE,
Yes.
take us to we did Tweaks, we did Wolf's, we did take us to your feels all about, you know, the IAE as a subject, and let's explore those for a minute.
Well, you know, a lot of people ask me, "Hey, Rain, your backer number's in the 30,000s. You were there pretty much day one. How are you still here 9 years later?"
Mm.
Go log into IAE and you get your answer.
Okay.
That's how I'm still here. Because my faith, you know, when people say the crap they say about people being in a cult in Star Citizen, which as somebody who grew up in a cult in real life, I find disgusting and abhorrent that people say that. I feel like my faith in the project, in the team, in Chris, has been rewarded every 3 months for the last, well, especially since 2017 when 3.0 came out.
Mm.
And it's been every 3 to 4 months, you know, and I remember when Microtech didn't exist. I remember when Crusader was still that, you know, basically a JPEG wrapped around a sphere. And you know, the hanger module, etc. And today, for the next few weeks, you get to log into this game, explore the entirety of the Stanton system for free, fly every single ship in the game for free, see that you can earn money, you can do missions, you can do content. There's bunkers on every single planet and moon in the game now. There's PvP, there's trading is fixed. There's all the new stuff they've brought in with crash recovery and crash protection.
There are random missions. There's mission givers in
Yes.
cities and stuff that people don't know about that
That are fully
just-
voice acted.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And
There's
so,
a
like,
cave
yeah, for me,
full
it's,
of little Pico trophies.
yes.
Plushies.
And
Yeah.
I don't know, I just, to me, as somebody who has two great loves in fantasy and science fiction, which, you know, I hear people talking about how they love one or the other. That's fine. I got a good buddy of mine who's a good 10 years older than me, loves fantasy. He's all about the Elder Scrolls and
That's
Final Fantasy.
great.
He's like, space, whatever, right? Good for him.
I
But
love 'em
Star
both.
Citizen is, to me, for space, what Final Fantasy is to me for fantasy. It is this dream come true. And IAE is spectacular. It's like Wolf said, it's a 2-week long demo.
Mm-hmm.
Go out, get into the game. All you need is an account. Just build an account on the website, download the launcher. If you want to get to it quick, set your home spawn point to New Babbage on Microtech. Go to the convention center, rent ships. By the way, free fly means the renting of the ships in game is free, costs 0 in-game currency. And just to remind everybody too, yeah, some of these ships are for money, but there are 98 vehicles, ships and vehicles in this game that you can earn in-game playing the game, and they're all going to be on show for you to rent and fly for free for the next few weeks.
Let me make it very, very clear. Let me hop in on this. Let me make it very, very clear. The the ships, you cannot get them for in-game money. You have to pay real cash for the first quarter only. After that, if there's like a ship that you can buy, that you can fly in-game, that you had to pay cash for, wait 3 months and you can fly it for free with just in-game cash purchase, not real money cash, not on your credit card. Sorry, go ahead. Rain?
Sorry, I was just letting the wife know that she was coming through on the microphone. But yeah, no, I mean, but in the game right now, Kai, we need to make sure people know there are 98 ships and vehicles in game right now that can be purchased, earned in game without ever spending a real dollar. The only thing you need to spend is the $45 start package for the Mustang or the Aurora. But like Kai said, the 400i came out, right? And you have to pay cash to get it. The next patch, it'll be in the game to buy with money. And that's something else.
With in-game money.
Not with
yeah.
In-game currency. Yes,
Yep,
in-game
yep,
currency.
yep.
Hopefully, yeah. And I think that's another special thing too, like because people always used to say, "Oh, they're making too much money off of selling these ships. They'll never let us earn them in game because it's a scam, right? They're making too much money." And then you see that to buy every ship and vehicle in the game is like 300 million alpha UEC, 300 million credits in game. You can do that. You can earn that. It's going to take you a long time. But I think it's a little bit different here compared to like grinding in Elite for 300 hours versus, because the grind for the extra billion credits I need to fit my cutter out versus grinding the 300 million to have 98 ships and vehicles feels a little bit different. So yeah, just overall to close up, because I know it's getting late and I'm talking too much, but IAE every single year is fantastic. And this year, the convention center itself, getting to Microtech, of course, now has planetary volumetric clouds. Yes, they're static. Who freaking cares? Yes, but there's no weather yet. Okay, whack, get over it. Still,
Gotta have clouds before you have weather.
exactly. They're gorgeous. The views it makes Microtech more breathtaking than it's ever been. I really, really, really suggest for the next 2 weeks, if you've been on the fence, you have nothing to lose except free time. Now is the time. Get in, see what the rest of us are in love with, this giant scam vaporware or whatever, and this giant tech demo that we're playing, and come join us in the verse. I promise you won't be disappointed.
Even Forbes at this point has upgraded it it's clear. Forbes has said it's clearly not a scam. It may be mismanaged. It may be, poorly, blah, 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 blah. But it's clearly not a scam. And you're talking about the people that made money off of shitting on it have said it's not a scam. So if you're still saying it's a scam, shame on you.
You're an idiot.
Shame on you.
Come try it for free and then see if you think that afterwards.
So ELIX, take us home. What are your thoughts? Because you gave us the actual schedule, but I want your thoughts on IAE, what you're excited for, what ships, what you want to try, what you're interested, what you might want to buy. Go for it.
Yeah, so I don't think I'm actually going to be buying anything in IAE just because I have an electrical inspection of the house to pay for this month, and that's like $500, which is a little more important than a ship kind of thing. But if that wasn't happening, I think Chris would be able to tempt my wallet into opening. But anyway, on to my actual thoughts about the IAE. So I've been a backer since CitizenCon 2014. And I didn't know CitizenCon was happening on the day that I got my AMD code and registered. But I have watched the game evolve from just occasionally giving free flights out with 3 or 4 ships that were available for Arena Commander and just saying, no, you can try the game. See, it's actually something that we offer as playable. Why are you calling it vaporware, you fucks? I mean, Sig never said that last bit, obviously, but it was kind of implied in like, you can try the game. It's here. There's what it is. I've seen this strategy evolve as they've gone, and for a while, there wasn't much of anything to show except for Arena Commander and the hangars, and then walking around in a very tiny Area 18 box for a little bit. And then Alpha 2.0 finally came out, and it was really buggy. But for the longest time, they were doing their shows as big internet things, streams, web page stuff. But it gradually started to move into the in-game. And that's only been accelerating because they've been building out IE expo halls on different locations. People have been guessing that they were building one on Orison.
They were,
but they didn't get it finished in time. And Orison's clouds were also crazy bad.
Yeah.
So they decided to have this IAE be in Microtech again instead.
Yeah.
And then they pushed clouds on it so that they had impressive clouds to impress people without having to say, now that you've rented your ships, go to a completely different planet and just fly down at it for a little while. We want you to be impressed. So, it made sense to move it to New Babbage.
Of course.
But they've been putting more and more effort into this as they've been coming out with more ships and, just constantly every year.
Mm-hmm.
And I did the math. Now, this is counting every single ship and vehicle that they're bringing out to rent, which includes all of the variants, where in some cases right now those variants are nearly zero difference.
Mm-hmm.
So this is inflating the numbers in terms of the actual hulls available.
Okay.
Some of them are not really particularly that unique, but a lot of them are. I mean, like, you would the Cuddy Black and the Cuddy Blue, they're mostly the same, but with missiles and a different engine.
Mm.
And then the cells in the back, which don't really do much right now.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not going to say that the Freelancer and the Freelancer Max are the same ship because the Max has the big booty.
Mm.
It's actually a different hull. But long story short, in this IAE, you will be able to access for free 109 ships and vehicles.
Mm.
Wow.
Let me ask you a question, Elix.
And that number is only going to go up next year. Go ahead, Kai.
If there was a ship of those 109 that was like, let's not get silly. Let's say under the $200 level ish.
Yeah.
If there was a ship in that under the $200 level ish, like in that ballpark, that you were like, ooh, that's the one I kind of, if I didn't have this housing inspection thing to do, that's the one I'd be interested in. That was like reasonable price, not like concierge level price.
Yeah.
What ship kind of like intrigues you? What ship are you like, ooh, I kind of would like that? Maybe the X-wing or maybe the.
Well, so I have a concept hull B that is currently sitting in my buyback queue waiting to be fished out.
How much do those run?
So I probably pulled that. It was $85. So
is that still available?
That was at concept. Let's see. The free flight schedule is only talking about the ships that are available in game.
Mm-hmm.
It's not talking about what is going to be on sale on the website.
But
if you remember when I was going, through the list, when I was talking about Anvil Day, I talked about here are the ships you can rent,
mm-hmm.
and also you can buy all the ships on the website, and also you can buy the Crucible and the Liberator, which aren't in game yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume that when Misc Day comes around, they're going to put the hulls on sale.
So do you think the hull B will be on sale at that point? Probably. Yeah.
It might be slightly higher in price. You might have to pay War Bond to get the 85 if they do that. Go ahead.
All right. So here's what I'm going to do. Sight unseen, out of my pocket, for you people who are fans of the show and are watching this now, whether it's live or whether it's on video later, right? If that hull B goes on sale, I will purchase one out of my pocket and we will give it away on the show. Because, fuck it, I'm a little drunk. And I want to do a little nice thing for the people who watch the show. To be clear, there are 0 rules about who is eligible for this. So, Lady Rain, ELIX, everyone else, you're all eligible. And we'll figure out some way to pull it like live on the air so that it's clear that,
there are ways of doing
it's
draws.
legit. It's not rigged. But if it goes for sale, hull B, I'm just going to buy one out of my pocket and we're going to throw it on the show for people. And we're going to figure out a way for probably someone who likes and comments on the show, yada, 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 something, whatever. We'll do that. We'll have details on next week's show. By next week, we'll know if it was like next week, the day will be up for them, or is it the following week?
Misc Day is day 9. which puts it on the 27th, which means it'll be just after the show.
So next
It's
week's show,
Saturday.
not next week's show, the following week's show, we will have the details of like, hey, yes, it was there. I purchased it because I'm a man of my word. I said I would do it, so I did it. And we'll have some kind of thing like, yeah, like and comment and, say like, I want a whole B or whatever, and we'll fucking give that out. So stay tuned to next week's show where somebody who's not drunk will remind me that I promised this, and I'll fucking break out my credit card and we'll make it happen for one of you guys. The only person that is not eligible for this is me. Everyone else, no matter who you are, on the show, not on the show, everyone's eligible. So fucking sign up, everyone, including Lady Rain, including ELIX, including Wolf, including Tweak. Sign the fuck up for this thing because I'm the only one that's not eligible to win. I'll pay for it, but it'll be for someone else who likes the show, who listens to the show or participates in the show or whatever.
I'm also going to throw something else out here, Kai.
Go for it.
In this week, so I've put this into the channel for you to see. This is also in the Discord in the Star Citizen Images channel. The sneak peek from the sneak peek from this week's newsletter is what I am pretty sure is the Hull A. Which is something that SIG has said they're working on. They're working on the Hull A and the Hull C. And if they're working on the Hull A and the Hull C,
things that make you go,
where might they be going next?
The Hull D?
I just wish I had $50 to upgrade my Taurus to an Andromeda. That's all I wish.
Now, the other thing that you had asked me about what ship, Kai. It's lucky that you didn't let me finish, because the other thing that I was going to say is I might also go and turn my referral Gladius into a vulture.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
Nice.
To be clear,
especially because salvage is coming on.
To be clear, if you win this thing, right, and it's whatever, an $85 value or $100, whatever it is, of the value of the Hull C. If you win it and you say, you know what, I want this instead. I don't want a Hull C. I want I'm Lady Rain and I want to upgrade my blah to a blah. If it's less than or equal to the value of that, I don't give a fuck, man. I'll pay for it. You get your thing. I make good money.
You're just giving away a prize worth that. And
yes, the prize is
careful, Kai, because you said Hull C. You mean the Hull A? Yes.
I don't know. I mean whatever you said that was $85.
The Hull. Oh, I said the Hull B.
Yeah, that.
You said the C, and that's a little more than 85.
That's what
just making sure.
Just to be clear,
yeah.
I meant
Hull B range.
If Hull B, if it's $85, then it's $85 is the range. If it's $100, if they up the price of the Hull B, we don't know yet. We won't know until when it comes out after next week's show. But when it comes out, if the Hull B value is now $111. That's the range that I'll go. I will up your whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. If you're Rain and you want to upgrade your this to a that, fine. If you're Wolf and you want a brand new, fighter if anything that's under that range, I'm going to cover it out of my pocket for you guys to have and to enjoy. And anyone who feels like they want to fucking help recoup for that, well, we have a, what is that called? Patreon. We have a thing. Go throw onto that, or don't. I'm not your dad. It's not my fucking business. I'll cover it. I'll be fine. But anyways, I want to give out a prize to the people who enjoy the show. Buy me a BMM. Fuck off, bro. God damn. You want me to buy you a floating fucking mall? But that's the price that I'll cover. I just want to do a nice thing.
I think the Banny Merchantman is the best pirate ship ever conceived.
Nice. You got the money to cover one?
Everything that you want,
Nice. But I just want to, those of you who've been listening to the show and have been loyal and have been following through and are listening now, Like, let's be honest. I've been flailing around trying to figure out what I'm going to do between New World and space shows and blah, blah, blah. And I just appreciate you guys for sticking with it. There have been people that were like, yeah, you shit on Elite. I'm out. Okay, fine. There have been people that were like, you talked about this. Maybe I'm out. Okay, that's fine. And those of you that are still here know that space stuff is where it's at on the Friday show. If you want Elite, or not Elite, if you want New World, go to the Sunday show. But like, I just want to do a nice thing for you guys. I appreciate it, so I'm just gonna cover it out of my pocket. So everybody get to signing up, get to your ideas, get to your whatever. We'll have a contest. It'll probably just be make a comment, but I don't know. Maybe it'll be a fucking trivia or a thing. We'll announce it, whatever, when we do the thing. It'll be not next week's show because it won't be around then.
Figure that one out.
It'll be sober. That's future me's problem, not current me. But we'll make it happen.
How everyone's calling Sober Kai and whatnot. We all know that I'm gonna be the one that gets stuck with figuring out the who's the what's it's and making this thing happen.
Oh no, this will be me. I'll be figuring this out.
Sober Kai is going to delegate to you.
I'll be paying for it, so it'll be me that's figuring it out for sure. But because otherwise, somehow Wolf won. Yeah. We're gonna.
I will graciously take myself out of the running.
Nope.
To make
Nope.
the
I refuse that.
It.
I refuse that. You're in the running. Because if anyone deserves to win, it's got to be you.
Trick when it comes to computers.
Yep.
Buckle up, everybody. This is gonna get interesting.
So yeah, let's talk about briefly before we call it a night. Let's really wait. You had something, Elix?
No, it's good. It's good.
All right. Let's talk about 3.15.1, all the shit that's happening. I keep reiterating, and I will keep reiterating, and anyone who doesn't like it can fuck right off. Like, this game has turned a corner in such a huge way and is just making massive steps forward from the tech demo area into the fully fledged game area, and it's not there yet. It's still got some work, but god damn is it not approaching it at an ever increasing rapidity. It is just making leaps and bounds towards being a fully fledged game. And just 3.15, the stuff that they've brought in, the way that Vulkan is coming along, the way that server meshing stuff is coming along, and when I say for server meshing is coming along, I mean like already they've started to introduce some things where as of 3.14, in the mid 3.14, there was some shit where, hey, I got DC'd, I came back on, what the fuck, I'm still in my ship and all my cargo's still here, and other stuff, and it's getting more and more and more where they've added to where, you know, this happened and I'm still here, my stuff's still here. Oh, server crash, 30K. Oh, I can claim my ship. You know, this, that, like so many things are coming along, and server meshing is a tricky thing where it's like server meshing as a complete, it's done, is like, it's like so many things, but like more and more and more things each patch, 3.14, 3.15, 3.16, more and more things where it's like, oh, this aspect of server meshing is here. This aspect, this aspect, this aspect. Like, I want you guys to talk about the specifics of 3.151 that you're digging and how it's going forward in a way that you find good or bad, or that you agree with or don't, or just express your feelings with regard to the entire sort of where it's at, and like, ooh, they added this, I was shocked, or ooh, they didn't add that, what the hell already, or like whatever. I'm not trying to tell you say good things. Say whatever you feel. Go ahead. Let's start with Elix.
So I'd say like I think that the direction of the game, it's definitely shifted gears.
Mm-hmm.
It's always it. Well, I would say it's shifted gears in terms of things that are directly visible to the player.
Mm.
Because it's not true that they're suddenly working a lot harder than they were in 2015 and they were just slacking back then. Never mind that the head count back then was much smaller than it is now. So they actually were working slower by comparison. But the individuals, they were still working hard, but a lot of it was foundation work, it was engine work, it was working on AI that's extremely work in progress. So the most you get is maybe little glimpses here and there on the YouTube shows. And then as you've put it, they've turned a corner. All of a sudden now they've hit a plateau where they're not having to build up the notion of the universe anymore. They're now starting to put things in the universe that happen. It's kind of like before you can bake an apple pie, you must first invent the universe. You kind of have to, you have a lot of foundation steps before you get to the point of an apple tree being a thing that exists.
Mm.
And we're starting to get to the point where we can start to bake apple pies. I think,
Mm.
And with 315 in particular, like, the clouds on Microtech, that's big because we can start to see what they want something that's intended to be kind of an Earth-like to look like. Because that Crusader looks nothing like an Earth-like, and it doesn't look like, say, Jupiter. But that means that we don't really have any kind of basis to compare the cloud tech to something familiar. Now we do. And oh boy, does it look good. Like I think I mentioned it on last week's show, but I definitely mentioned it to Kai afterwards. It was a screenshot. It was somebody parked on a landing pad at Port Olisar. Now that Port Olisar has moved to be very close to Crusader, and the sun and Stanton was shining through the rim of Crusader through the clouds, and the light was basically the glare from the light on the pads was red from being colored through the atmosphere. Like that is not something that I have experienced in a game before. In where I also have a complete FPS thing going on with mining. It's all this one package. It's not just one thing. I've seen really fancy graphics. I've seen good flight models. I've seen good FPS. But this is all of it, and we're starting to really see it now. And 315 is where now, on top of all that, we've got survival mechanics and the medical, inventory and looting. Now it's starting to feel like Arma on top of everything else, and that's in a good way. So.
Well, Kai said for me to go next, and I don't even remember
go
what the
ahead.
question was.
It's talking about 315.1 and the direction of the game, where we're at now and going forward kind of thing.
Well, I mean, everybody on this show knows my positivity that's been almost nonstop. And I don't know how to explain it, but I've ran canyons and gone EVA to mine off the surface of an asteroid and explored a derelict starship above Yella, watched the sunrise on Microtech and Hurston, and visited the Emerald Sea of Cleo, and set on frickin' Bespin and listening to the music and watching the sunrise on a flying city and an actual fully realized gas giant.
And to be clear, you have been a huge backer and fan and continual user of Second Life, and I think
yes,
to a very large extent, I think that really is the key to how you view Star Citizen, where it's a space game and a universe simulation, sort of Second Life in space, all in one for you, I think.
Well, I don't normally ever bring this up, but everybody in the BSL knows that I'm trans. I'm a transgender woman. I
Sure.
mean, my voice sounds like a guy. I get it. But, you know, Star Citizen lets me live dreams. And because I am that person in real life that I don't understand how you can't go outside and look up at the stars on a clear night and just not dream and be awestruck and just wish for things. And Star Citizen gives it to me. And, you know, Second Life gave me the ability to be who I wanted to be before I even knew what that meant. And Star Citizen is doing that too. And 315.1, I think, is probably the single best the game has ever been. And this comes from somebody who was there the very first time you could set foot on Daymar. When all we had was Kovalex and Olisar around the old crappy Crusader. And the person who was there the first time you could set foot on Microtech. The game is the single best, the universe, the verse is the best it has ever been. And I am just so constantly thrilled and ecstatic and excited with the future of the project. I just wish I could play a lot more right now because I have cooling issues still, and I just don't have the money, unfortunately, to fix that. So, you know, I can be on for a good 10, 15 minutes before the, you know, CPU's running 96 Celsius. So I got to get that fixed, and then hopefully I'll be back to playing more regularly. But, you know, I've met you all. Sorry, Kai.
No, like you say you're trans. To me, you're not trans. To me, you're a fucking woman because everybody is just a voice on the internet, and you are what you say you are. And I don't give a shit if you are whatever, because like I don't care if you're trans IRL or if you're just a dude who plays a woman character, or you know, a black guy who plays a white guy, or a white guy who plays I don't care. Everybody's just a voice on the internet. You're all just my friends. You're my IRL voices in my head, and like I just treat you however you want to be, because I don't care. Like it's not my place to whatever. So like, and I think there's a certain aspect of Star Citizen that in its final form will be very Second Life-ish, will be very universe sim-ish, will allow for people to experience a verse in a way that on their terms, whether it's based on your sexual orientation or your race or your anything. It'll just, maybe you don't care. Maybe you're like, dude, I'm black, but I don't want to be black. I'm Mexican. I don't want to be, not that you don't want to be black or don't want to be Mexican, but just you want to be just a human and not rated as anything other than just I'm me and period. And don't fucking plus me or minus me or anything me. Just treat me as, you know, a fucking spaceship pilot in the future, and all of that, we leave that behind.
It's the thing I've always asked for, is for people to just, but unfortunately it you know, the real world, Kai, doesn't quite work like, you know, people get
not now
and well, you know,
but maybe in the future, maybe in our digital avatar world where fuck off, none of it means anything other than what we designated as. Okay, whatever.
That's the thing I loved about Second Life is just your avatar is just whatever you wanted your avatar to be, and who cared, right? So but to finish the thing there, because I know we're getting past 10. Like, you know, this is one of the greatest communities I've had the privilege to be a part of. You know, and I met you and Wolf and Tweaked and Elix, and I've made friends, and you know, I'm part of the Skunk Works, and I got to meet Katie and all these other great people, and the verse, I think, means more to me now than it ever has. Yeah. Because of the direction the team is going in, the things that they've accomplished, and the fact that, just like, you know, a lot of people gave Morphologist a bunch of garbage because he got emotional watching the sunrise on Crusader, and I sit there go, how could you not? Yeah. Well, it's just a game. No, it isn't.
I fucking love Katie.
Just a game.
I fucking
Yeah.
love Katie. I miss Katie. I miss Katie. I miss Roy. God damn. I wish, yeah. Yeah. The people that I've dealt with so many awesome people in the Soul Citizen community and in the Black Sky Legion community and in this community and that community. This game, I'm saying right now, I'm going on record. Star Citizen is not a game. Star Citizen is a reality. And like
It's another
Universe.
life.
it
We were all born
is.
1,000 or 2,000 years too soon. Star Citizen lets us live out our wildest space fantasies.
We were born too late to explore the planet, too early to explore the galaxy. And Star Citizen, among other projects, gives us the chance to do that. And I love that. Also, it occurs to me, and I don't know, I don't want to go to this well one too many times or whatever, but it occurs to me, you guys decide. I'm not going to push it, but I'm just going to say this once. If people in the Star Citizen community of the Black Sky Legion, or Black Sky Legion community of whatever, however it is, if people in the Black Sky Legion community on our Discord were to want to get together and throw a couple of shekels into a hat for RAYNE's cooling whatever issue for her, whatever, so whatever, then me, I don't like to get involved in money shit. I don't want to be in charge. Just feel free to say it. It has my full endorsement. Say, go into the Star Citizen chat and be like, yeah, let's do a little fundraiser. Let's do a little whatever. We'll put together a couple $100 for RAYNE to get a. What are those called?
Doing a GoFundMe.
What are those called? Those are like a cooling, like a liquid. I don't know. Whatever.
Oh, you mean like an all-in-one?
I mean, whatever the fuck.
We gotta look at the tech details.
Wolf's in charge of that.
AIO might be the thing.
Wolf's
maybe
in charge
just
of that.
like a Noctua NH-15 giant block of aluminum with fins like I've got is the right thing. I don't know.
The best thing that works.
We can look at it.
All right. So if you guys are interested, Wolf will be in charge of the tech aspect of it, and Wolf and RAYNE will coordinate with you guys. And I mean, if no one is interested, okay, I'm not trying to hawk you. Whatever. If everyone is interested, then cool.
If you're interested, badger Lady RAYNE into creating a GoFundMe.
That's honestly the easiest way.
And then just tell her to just badger her into making sure that Kai knows it, so that it gets linked on the show in Discord.
I will promote the fuck out of it.
And then it'll just get slammed and done.
There you go.
Yeah. So just badger her into setting that up, and then just let it rip.
So
I love you guys.
So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. Wait, who did we left people out? We didn't get to people on their thoughts on 3.15. Did we get to you, ELIX?
We started with me, then we went to RAYNE, so we got the rest.
Wolf, your thoughts.
You can't, RAYNE, you can't dispute this one. You've been a hell of a fangirl about this project.
I have.
And for the longest time, it was just one of those things is, all right, this is her thing. This is what she really likes. I couldn't really follow along with it just because the game wasn't to this point yet. The reality, the whatever thing to better describe Star Citizen is. But I knew eventually it would probably get there. At this point, I'm confident in saying now I know it'll get there.
Have faith, brother.
Seeing what I've seen, hearing what I've heard, this has been a massive shift in my mind of what am I going to spend the limited brain power that I have in a given evening to entertain myself and be a distraction to me of the rest of the world. And for the longest time, I was just looking at it, and it's like, Star Citizen's not it. There's limited things to do. Stuff's broken. And I get it. There was places you could go, things you could see that were objectively beautiful, but it wasn't enough to really pique my interest.
It has
Seeing
been.
314, 315, 315.1.
The stuff planned for
My
316 and 317.
My interest is officially piqued. I'm starting to understand why you have the passion for this game that you do. And I'm really glad that I can finally understand that, because like, people love it, people hate it. Like, I couldn't get the why. I'm starting to understand the why. And I think that's really, really neat, because
I never got why they hated it.
I get it. I totally get it. I'm
Wait till you get
I
to
want to
start
get
playing.
involved with this. I want to see what it is. I really do want to give it a fair shake. I still may ultimately not like it. Who knows? But I wasn't interested in really giving it that good look until very recently. And that's where I think the things are going right now. I think I'm going to get more and more interested, and I think that as they make more progression, more and more people are going to get interested, and maybe, just maybe, some of the haters will realize that the haterade they've been drinking all these years doesn't taste so good no more.
Right on.
Well, I hope you get to see the sunrise one day. It's gorgeous, especially with the new clouds over Microtech. And if it doesn't blow your mind, I don't know what will. We got Tweaked left now, don't we?
Tweaked.
Yes, we do.
Yep. As far as where the game's going in the direction, I think everybody knows by now. I'm totally bought in. I believe where this game is going. I understand and believe in the project that they're trying to create, the separate entity of a life that they're trying to create for us, and I'm here for it. I'm totally bought in. As far as what I'm liking about 3.15.1, so they've already put another patch out for the patch that just came out a few days ago.
Of course.
I haven't gotten too far into it yet, but I'm seeing a lot of different people saying their frame rate is better than it's ever been. I can say, I've seen some people complain about the inventory system. I personally, so far, kind of like the inventory system, and I love the idea of having a personal inventory where, it's not a magical bag anymore. Now you have to remember where you left shit or look at your little handy dandy app and then go get it. I like that, the logistics of that. I like the realism of that. I am super stoked. I'm hoping tomorrow I find some time and some people to get in with. I want to go try some of these new bunker missions, check out some of this new medical gameplay. I want to shoot somebody in the leg and see what happens. I want to see what's going on with all of this. I'm very excited to dig my teeth into what has come now with 3.15.1, because 3.15, I came in during 3.15 for an hour or so one night, and it just wasn't working very well for me. And I said, it's still patch day or day after. It's pretty close to patch day anyway, so I'll wait. And then lo and behold, this one came out, and I played for a couple hours today where I started at Area 18. I went wandering through the city. I got on the train. I made it to my ship. I flew over to Microtech. I had no problems. I had good frame rates. Game was playing well. And 3.15.1 to me is just another monumental addition of a massive ton of content, game-changing content. People can't say there's nothing to do in game. There's more and more to do every time they do a patch now.
Real quick.
Star Citizen is building fast.
Yeah. Real quick, Lady Rain, go to the Twitch stream and
Yeah.
type anything, even just a letter. I've added Wolf and ELIX as moderators, so you guys should now be able to post links and fucking whatnot. But RAYNE and Tweaked, please just, even if you just type one letter in the thing, I will okay, there we go. Twitch Lady Raincloud, poke. No, it won't do it through the restream. You have to actually go to the Twitch, and then it gives me an option to make you a moderator so you can post links and shit should you ever want to. For example, should you start up a what is that called?
We are
GoFundMe.
posting in the actual chat.
Yeah.
GoFundMe, yeah. And then
we are posting in the actual chat. You might be looking at the restream.
No, I'm looking. Oh, you know what? I'm looking at YouTube. Let me go to the Twitch. Hold on. I'm
Drunk Kai is drunk.
I'm trying. No, I'm fishing in New World. I'm trying to catch this legendary fish real quick. Hold on. Let me reel this one in, and then I'll go to Twitch myself, and then I'll add you as moderator, and then that'll fix it. Okay. Hey, I got the fish. Let's see. Twitch. And then
Looks like we might need to check the tiny URL for the Discord invite. Some people seem to have an issue with it.
Lady RAYNE.
I am putting direct links in now.
Oh, I'm hearing now this crazy echoes. Hold on.
You probably got if you refreshed it or something, you probably got the stream running. You know.
Yeah, no, I do, and I need to mute it.
You know, I'm curious. Tweaked. Has there been anything that just hit you in Star Citizen? Remember that first night you and I hung out?
The main thing in my time in Star Citizen that just hits me is the level of detail of every little thing. And when I go back to Elite and I'm playing that and I'm having fun in Odyssey, that's what I'm missing. I'm missing that level of total immersion and detail that you get in Star Citizen. It's unmatched, in my opinion. No matter what kind of game you're playing, it's unmatched.
Wait, how is it that you set okay
/ mod and then their name. If you do /
mod WOLFDRAGON VS.
Maybe we should do it after the show.
No, you have to do it live
They
on the
have to
stream.
do
or
it while it's
doesn't do it.
live.
Yeah, that's a weird thing.
There we go. Now I see stuff.
Okay.
I've done it without my TV or my show running.
I've tried it multiple times, and maybe you know something I don't. / mod ELIX Perth, right? I'm doing it now. ELIX.
Oh, that's ELIX. Okay, my brain did not connect that for some dumb
I
reason.
did. Okay, / mod. Oh, don't do this while drunk. / mod RAYNE. What's your Lady Raincloud? Lady Raincloud, no space.
Yeah, that would be me.
I got it. I think I got Tweak. Did you do it? If you don't want to do it, you don't have to Tweak.
You can make me a moderator, but I don't have my Twitch signed in on my PC,
Okay.
and I'd have to screw with
No
it
worries.
to figure out what.
Well, I can't make you a moderator
I think you spelled
without.
my name wrong.
No, did what?
Yeah,
All right, hold on.
because you didn't get me.
Oh shit! I'll get you. As friend.
Let me take a quick look here in my view. I might be able to see what
Can
you
you?
did.
Can you?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I can't make people mods because mods can't give other people the same power.
Lady RAYNE.
RAYNE.
Cloud. Did I type it right that time?
Yep, you did.
There you go. Everybody's got the thing with the thing. I'm going back to fishing. I'm drunk.
Yay!
All right, so
It'll update. Anyway,
yeah, sorry. for those listening to the show, that was pointless, but like I just needed to do that while it was live. Yeah. So we ended with Tweak's thoughts on it, which was that it was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, everything I've done so far. Like I say, there's a lot that came with this patch, and I'm hoping to get some time this weekend to actually dig in and enjoy some of it.
If
I
we were to
wanna,
make
I
it,
want to throw in one. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
if we were to make a night that was going to be the, Black Sky Legion night, like I'll spoiler alert for those listening, I do fairly well in my IRL job. If I were to just buy a fucking Carrack for $600 just cuz, and then that was going to be our ship. How many beds does the Carrack? You could do what? 6 people, 8 people, something like that?
6.
If I were to do 6 people and we were to say, Wolf is one, and I know Arcaven from the other show is one that wants to do it. That's 2. Me, that's 3. If I had 3 beds open, Tweaked, if we were to say like Wednesday night or Tuesday night or Monday night, like pick a night. If there was a night that was good and we were to do hey, we're going to get together every X night, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever night at, not Friday because that's when we do the show, but like at say, whatever, 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern, whatever. And we were going to game for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours in Star Citizen. And you were going to be on the crew. Now, to be clear, I don't want you guys to think like, oh, it's Kai's Carrack, so Kai's going to fly. I'm sitting around. Like, I don't care. I'll be the fucking medic. I'll be the astrogator.
Gunner.
I'll be the gunner. I'll be whatever. And you can fly. Like, we can take turns where, like, one night everyone like rotates and gets a night to be the pilot, and everyone rotates and gets a night to be the whatever. I'll buy the ship just to, somebody's got to buy it, but like everyone will get a chance to fly, everyone will get a chance to gunner, everyone will get a chance to medic, everyone will get a chance to just be I'm the in-ship security guy. Would you be down, Tweaked,
Oh, heck
to
yeah.
like
Totally.
once a week? What would be a good night for you, for example?
Probably a Tuesday night or a Wednesday night around, I don't know, 8 p.m. or so.
Okay. Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern?
Yep.
You don't live Eastern, but you're saying 8 p.m. Eastern, you're good.
I live in
Using
New
that
York.
time zone.
I thought you lived in like Minnesota or some shit.
No, it does snow a lot here, but I live in New York. But yeah, I'm Eastern time, and like
you're
Tuesday
upstate New
night,
York.
8 p.m. or so. Yep, upstate New York.
Okay. So Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Wolf, would you be in for Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern?
I got to look at a couple things, but it would definitely have to be an 8 p.m. or later start time.
Keep in mind, it's not that big a deal if on one particular week you couldn't make it. If you could just sometimes make it. That's fine.
Oh, sure. It's just a matter of figuring out when I'm most likely to be able to do something, and it is yeah.
Okay. 8's good for you though as a start time. Because
Yeah,
Tweaked.
that gets me after dinner with the
Okay.
wife and whatnot.
Yeah,
I'm
after
trying-
dinner, some time with the
Yeah.
wife, get the kids to bed, that kind of thing. So 8, 9 o'clock or so would work best for me personally, I think.
All right, we'll start at it as an 8 p.m. start time. Tuesday nights, Tweak. Tuesday nights, Wolf. Yeah, that's good.
Probably.
Works for me.
Okay, we'll set it up. We'll figure out the crew, and we'll make it work from there. If I were to buy a Carrack out of my pocket, how many beds does that hold? Is that 4 or 6?
6.
6?
6.
All
6
right.
turrets on
And-
it, Eric, right?
No, 4.
4
Four
turrets.
Until
pilot.
life support is
Yeah, it's
actually
unlimited.
implemented,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can have more than
Yeah.
until life support is actually implemented, you can have more than the number of beds. That's just the number of people you could have simultaneously respawning, essentially.
Yep. So basically, right now you could have 80 people in A2 because once until they get to the point where they figure out the airflow. Because once they figure out, hey, this ship's only supposed to have 12 people on it at max, and 6 people as crew, then it's no big deal. Once that comes in, it's like, hey, if you have 80 people on the ship, you suffocate because there's not enough oxygen for people. But for now, we're going to figure out a crew. We're going to do, it sounds like Tuesday nights. Yeah, both of you. You're the
Most
two,
likely.
like, so
night of the week.
the 3 people that are the most important are me, Tweaked, and Wolf, because we're the primary cast. So if Tuesday night works for both of you at 8, then everyone else will say, hey, you're welcome to join us Tuesday nights at 8, and basically the first X amount of people. Again, Elix's observation is correct. Until life support is in, we can put 50 people on the ship. It doesn't matter. But once life support levels are in, it might be like, hey, your ship can support 8, and that's it. But Tuesday nights at 8, it sounds like is like I'm open to any time. I don't care. So I'm leaving it entirely up to you guys to vote. And it sounds like Tuesday at 8 works for you guys mostly. Again, if on one particular Tuesday at 8 o'clock you're not available, no big deal. But I'll just buy a carrot. Fuck it. And that'll be our ship. And we're going to have the adventures of Black Sky Legion in a Carrack. I have a very particular ship name that's important to me that I want to call it. We'll figure that out, and we'll go from there. But, yeah, we're going to start the process to do that, and we're going to share it with you. We're also going to open this up to the audience, because maybe on one particular night, there's 6 slots and only 4 people are available. We'll tell you ahead of time. We'll set up some kind of a sign up feature on the Discord, and first come, first serve. We're going to try to get audience members in where, hey, out of the core crew, if there's 6 slots, there's 4 people that are available on that night. Wolf isn't, because he's got to do a thing with the wife, or Tweaked isn't, thing with the wife. And then we'll, hey, we got 2 slots open for audience members. I want to create a thing that we do the adventures of, and we will, on the following week's, on that week's show, we'll say, hey, we did this week. And maybe it's me, Wolf, Tweaked, RAYNE, ELIX, and Chad do X. Or maybe it's me, ELIX, Wolf, and audience member 1, 2, and 3 do X. And we'll just talk about, hey, we did this. We picked up cargo. We did a bounty mission. We did a thing. And, like midget mayhem ensued, or maybe like everything worked well. Yeah, but we're going to talk about it, and we're going to play Star Citizen as an ongoing live dynamic adventure. We're going to talk about the, bugs and awesome things and weird things and glitches and successes and failures and whatever that we had. And I think it'll be a neat thing for the core crew who talk about Star Citizen weekly on this show, and the audience to mix and match and get together. So everyone in the crew, in the audience, in all the different aspects of it, get in touch with me, friend me in Star Citizen, and let's get together. Let's do some missions. Let's mine, let's bounty hunt, let's whatever. And so 1 week it might be we're doing cargo running. 1 week it might be we're doing cargo missions. 1 week it might be we're doing bounty hunting. 1 week it might be we're doing box or whatever. Or this one's in jail. We're gonna do a jailbreak or whatever. We're gonna figure it all. Xenothread is up. What's that other one? The infiltrator mission, the thing that we haven't seen yet, is up. Or the this mission or that mission. We're gonna play the content, whatever's coming out, whatever's new and exciting, whatever we feel like doing. We're gonna do as a group and talk about it and riff on it and have fun. Anybody got any thoughts on that?
I think that's pretty much the perfect idea. And I think what we could also think of is sometimes when the event of the night idea fits, we could involve the Black Sky Legion org and bring people in when it's just like, just pack a server. Like, for example, next week during the IAE, Tuesday is Tumbril Day, in the sort of the miscellaneous category, and all of the cyclones are going to be free to use. Now Tuesday's not good for me because my Tuesday itself is not good for me because of the electrical inspection business. But something, say, like Wednesday night when the rentals are still valid, it would be pretty cool if we just had everybody load up cyclones, take them to, say, Daymar, and just have just a crazy ass rally of just put somebody on a space bike and then just everybody in a cyclone chase them, and it's a game of like keep away or something like that. Or as Ramar points out, there's also going to be the tanks, so you just take like a bunch of Novas out and put it like two teams, one side versus the other, and they're on opposite sides of like a valley, then go nuts. You could do crazy stuff like that. And you could involve the BSL when it's a large scale event like that. You can't really involve the org when you're doing like, a bounty hunting mission where you're going after a single sort of medium value target. Not really appropriate for scale. But there's lots of stuff where you can just bring the whole group in, just pack the gang in. So yeah, there is huge amounts of opportunity from this, and I'm sure that there are going to be lots of people interested.
Beautiful.
Even if they might not be watching the stream right now.
Beautiful. All right, so that's that decided. Closing thoughts, anything on any subject space related? Wolf, go.
I really don't have that much to add for closing thoughts on Star Citizen. I'm looking forward to seeing stuff in IAEA, and after that we'll get this weekly thing started, and I hope to see all y'all in the verse. Thanks for joining us tonight, everyone. It's been an absolute blast, and come join us in the Discord for the after show party.
Hell yeah. I can't wait to do Tonk bumper cars just for funsies. Tweaked, anything on any sci-fi related, could be Star Citizen, could be Elite, could be No Man's Sky, could be Starfield, could be Cowboy Bebop, could be Foundation, Dune, anything at all. Go.
I'll just state again to everybody, just appreciate this time that we are living in. I have lived through dark times when, for example, Return of the Jedi came out in 1983, and then from 1983 to about 1995-ish, we really had zero new Star Wars, very little new sci-fi. Right now, we are living in a time with two of the all-time best sci-fi games that are building and getting better as we speak. We have multiple high-quality sci-fi shows on TV that and more to come, actually, that are just one after another. We are living in an unprecedented time as sci-fi fans.
Hmm.
On that note, I'll say Shazbot, Nanu Nanu, and everybody, thank you for listening tonight.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Lady Rain Cloud. In addition to the upcoming what's it called? GoFundMe that I'm sure will be coming. What would you like to say to the beautiful people out there?
I will just say I don't know if I go from me. I don't want to ask like too much, but I do have that's a link in chat in Twitch chat for my donation for my
There you
if
go.
you want to donate to me, like, you know, whatever you want to donate. If I need to put up a GoFundMe, I guess I will. Yeah, like you know, we're going too long, so I won't. I'll try and keep it a little bit shorter. But I really do love this community. I love y'all. It's been fantastic, and I agree with everything that Tweak said. We're living in a really good time, really joyful time, and just love and fun and joy. Yeah, and remember, within cells interlinked.
Interlinked. Right on. I'm a huge fan of Jaws. Wolf.
I think Wolf might be AFK at the
No
moment because he
worries.
said
Yep.
something about that in chat.
No
In
worries.
which case, I'll take over if you want.
Go for it. ELIX.
All right. So I really appreciate everybody coming out and enjoying the stream tonight and listening to us, and also everybody listening to the stream or podcast as a recording afterwards. You too. You exist. I hear you. I want to almost be the Debbie Downer, but for the sake of not letting people run away with too much hype that then smashes into their face. So I want to invite everyone, you know, if it wasn't clear from, you know, from Kai before, I want to invite everyone to the IAE. Give Star Citizen a try for free. It's like an 80 gig download, but it's free to try. Save yourself a bunch of money from having to get a package if you don't have it. If you do have the game, you can just try all the ships and vehicles. Just get in there, stick your nose right in, and just try them out, jockey them around, screw around, because it doesn't matter. It's all there. But it would be kind of inappropriate if we didn't remind people that this is an alpha. There are lots of problems. The servers crash. There is server recovery, so that makes it better, but servers still be crashing. And that's unlikely to ever go away, really. But right now, it's obviously
before launch. It will go away at launch.
Well, I mean, like servers are still going to crash, but the crash recovery will be so much snappier.
Yeah,
it'll be so much better.
Yeah.
But the point is that, you know, we're never going to permanently be able to fix it forever, but now it is much more worse than it's going to be then. You know, but the thing to remember is you got to read patch notes so you can see what known issues are bound to happen and avoid them. Because one of the biggest important things that no one really talks about that much with Star Citizen is the learning curve goes beyond simply learning how to play the game and interface with the mechanics as they exist. Like learning how to mine, that requires knowing how to operate the mining heads and the interface and what they mean and everything. And that's its own thing. But you also need to learn how to avoid bugs and known issues and minimize your sort of chance of running into problems. And that's something that's less obvious on the surface, and it's something that I want to remind everyone. You got to do a little bit of research or just take the time to run into them and learn by experience. And if you get frustrated, go ahead and play a different game. And Star Citizen will still be here. It's perfectly fine. Don't burn yourself out, in frustration, gritting your teeth until they're stubs over bugs in the game. And I'm sure a lot of people don't need that reminder, but it's important to keep in mind.
Some people do. Lady Rain, what were you about to add to the
I was
subject?
just gonna say, almost 3 hours later, I need to go take some pain meds for a headache. I love you all. I'm gonna bounce early.
We're
I'll be
about
out
to
for
enjoy.
the.
we're
Enjoying
closing
okay.
it. We're closing it now anyway, so it's all good.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I was just wrapping it up of like, now that I've been the Debbie Downer of reminding everyone's an alpha, do have as much fun as you can in the IAE. Go nuts! And once again, thanks for listening, guys. Have
See
a
y'all in the
great
after
week.
show. Much love.
Yes,
And
yes.
Wolf is back, so maybe we can let him say bye.
Wolf, say good night to the beautiful people.
Good night, everybody. I totally wasn't trying to talk earlier and realized my mic wasn't muted.
Yes, yes. We love you all. Good night. We will be. I posted the link in the chat already, so we'll be live for the after show. If you want to come into the Discord and join us, please do so. And if you don't, oh, I'll live with it. It's all good. Please enjoy Maya and TJ, Maya Shiro with What's Up? Why is this not working? You know what? I'll do it manually. We'll do it. Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Years of my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination. I realized quickly when I knew that I should that this world is made up of a brotherhood of men, for whatever that means. And so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out what's in my head, and I am feeling a little peculiar. And when I wake in the morning and I step outside, I take a deep breath and I get real high, and I scream from the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I said, hey, 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 I say, hey, what's going on? And I said, hey, 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 I say, hey, what's going on? Just to get it all out, what's in my head, and I am feeling a little peculiar. And when I wake in the morning and I step outside, I take a deep breath and I get real high, and I scream from the top of my lungs, what's going on?